Sensei Finance. For all your money transfer needs from UK to the Gambia, we offer services including cash pickups, bank deposits, cash power purchase, and mobile top-up. Pick up at any MSJ branches throughout the country. We are open for business every day, including Sundays. Download our easy-to-use app and enjoy the best rates in the market. Available on all Android and iOS devices.
Kerr is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With Kerr, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Kerr. With Kerr, you are assured of a secure investment.
The Fund for Regional Stabilization and Development (FRSD) within fragile regions in ECOWAS member states seeks to strengthen the capacities of the ECOWAS Commission and selected member countries to shape social economic stabilization processes in the region. The FRSD program supports the establishment of a funding mechanism, a flexible, efficient and effective tool to prevent and react to socio-economic crises in the ECOWAS sub-region. This includes organizational and capacity development at the level of the ECOWAS Commission. The fund targets people affected by societal crises and their economic consequences in West Africa. The pilot project in the Gambia supports skills development and financial services along the horticulture, poultry and fisheries value chains. FRSD targets 3,000 beneficiaries comprising of youth, women and migrant returnees between 16 to 35 years resident in any of these regions: Greater Banjul area, Lower River region and Upper River region. We provide capacity building training opportunities, inform beneficiaries on financial services, support micro-business startups in the agricultural sector, and offer psychosocial services for returnees. Our focus on value chains makes it possible to look at the big picture of income opportunities for the young generation in the Gambia. We look at the full range of activities needed to create a product or service from its conception to its consumption. Design, production, marketing and distribution on the local as well as regional markets. GIZ is supporting the ECOWAS Commission to implement the Gambia pilot project activities in the Gambia.
Assalamu alaikum baringol ngali konton kale bismillah koteke mo be Kerr jibe ka nyintembe na alla di grand bantaba programme min kanale arjuma ni wato sita dong ba falale ko ala baraka bake al bismillah nyim programme to kabring arjuma tambila ali ajele sayeng ka recording ke konoto because Gambia sama commencé tade wala na sayeng mandra recording ke kam banta ni wato nkake konoto le bari mba fala mo be ko wala baraka bake al kanyim programme no ma nyamen thank you so much mole kano dango njele ngana sponsor tendo ke je bake min kera Kerr findati mi yalon ko itol mu molleti mi yalon ko kama man korda wafo la Gambia banko kan jang andum korda wafo itol mollata itol la andum ni la korda san dongi sela korda kayto soto wato la ite problem soto la je ka loro fanan kila ila nambal be taraka bor screen o duma bari mo mo lafta kodo fanan kila through Sense Finance ak ala ki wolto Sense Finance ye bunda keme fula nyongol sotole Gambia banko kan jang itol fanan say mol be la kodol ki kan through je la bearing ni fotata je loti je ye abo fanan sotole mi alon ko nale a download drong albe al secret ko nin kaspa be sano through ila abola itol fanan nan mo be tarabare kan screen o duma ngi tendu ke je bake kanyum programme o fasa ka sembe diande mutanale ne koteke anin lum koten na bayring na molu be bijande anin luntang kotan bi nene letter do mandi bari mba start la nene bina programme o nyaata do mandi abi silo kan na kana MC dila dalal ci programme bi benen ajuma waati
jërëjëf Bouba maa ngi la nuyu di la gërëm di nuyu ñuy déglu seetaan programme bi yëpp ñu nekk ci réew mi ak ci diaspora bi tam di nuyu tam suma data bi ma toogal fii Fafa ak Baye Sonko chief of staff di nuyu itam suñ gan bi because yow moom yaa dee waxtari gan bi waaw fu njàng alamaan ma so bëgguma nga alamaan
balaa may teg alamaan sa
waaw di ngee nuyu suñ gan bi tam di ziyaare ñëpp si julli bi rek waaw di wax ne asalaamaaleykum
léegi julli bi romb na de
non julli jeexagul
jeexagul
gis naa ba léegi gars yi ngeen nataaru ba léegi di post
waaw ma jaaxal bi julli after 2 weeks
waaw ba léegi
after 3 weeks gaa ñu ngi post ba léegi
kon julli jeexagul
julli programme bi ak Friday la so Friday bu nekk moom kay
julli la
tey Friday
waaw kon
so léegi Friday
bu nekk tugi na ma tabaski
non
yalum Fafa ka ñi ne fay la koor mais tabaski salol la
mama akon korom tale akon wa kon korom
tale
waaw loolu la affaire yi moom
min jaalal nan la Sonko
gars yi ñu ne Grand Bantaba waaw si marché yi fu nekk dañ ko def waxtaane si kër yi foo dem rek ñu ngi wax Grand Bantaba programme bu am solo la waxtaan bi mooy lu yóbbu réew mi si kanam waaw ñun neen def fi tampagante suñu pere ñooy ànda dem Fafa every time ñooy ànda rek kafana moom ak suñu xëccwante bi fii yëpp waaw
especially last week programme
waaw
moom ak broda
waaw broda mi nga xëccoo leen fii nice ñu waa magaraka loolu moo war a am si réew mi waaw politique nu la war a demee dama ko def always mu ne supporter yi dañ war di bàyyi xel duñ dee supporter si politics du saaga du xaste kenn ku nekk rek dafa am tax nga topp nit ki mooy lu yóbbu réew mi si kanam bon soo bëggee nekk di xas di saaga adami dee ñoom lii day suñu dajee si programme ñoom ñooy nuyooante ñooy lëngante ñooy kafante ñooy ree foog naa soo xoolee xore bu yaa mente ak Fafa ret dafa am lu war a jàngal Gambien si soo xoolee last Friday nu gaa mer ñoom ñaar fii raka baa ngi xëccoo mag baa ngi xëccoo waaye adami dee ñëpp a génnandoor ree kaf dem so loolu dafa jafe dem suñu société bi ne war a ci politique bi waaw
thank you so much MC Sirfo
Bouba abaraka bake mbe jibe lal konton na komen dal ta kaka nyano arjuma kanali jang kasiyali Bantaba kadadula kaja Bantaba la me alonko is the grand Bantaba me alonko at least mo wota Bantaba beti ni Gambia banko kanjam kana ka cool dia la komen dal ta ka dia la nyame bi fana mo lundolti lu me alonko lukum ma balam komen luwato wala ko luwati nyan bari lunta la bem burda lunta me alonko lunta nyon tamala nyaaya ko lunta nyon tamola mo le me alonko ala experience o wara bata abe do ko bundamento ay je lonne je koyta male a meta jele sabu bi wo do ko bundata je nimmo beje men meta je mamero beje dimbe men ko so wodo pour ko so do nanin Grand Bantaba to jam kadiyam bankola kola kula me alon ko mata bake atol mel kan noma ba flale ko ala baraka bake alkala meka bayar solta ke use kan jibe kan lamoy albe duwal mel ke kan inshallah ala balla duwal jabi pour ka ko Kerr Fatou ke television bonde alkala jibe ala television do abekelen o manke kuti me alon ko jamfata be altantula allo ke kol kam allo kano kam na terema me alon ko wala MC chamti wada ala sirim bala wala ko man dalta kaf nyamon don bes bu naga ma ko waji nagala wona ko de waji nagala so lolu mo yayo be nagala ko tan de yalla wala ko me ta ka bala nyamel last week karana mo kaman ba all the way to Kiang mo liam ko man bagata ko tila mo noma mo all the way to Kiang na samana adana salo la Kiang na mo Kiang na samana ka ko mol sulade la asama lan so wala tan sai
diman ni haytale
diman la ko le mbaratale mo le mbaratale fala mo le ko ni nyane ko nyago yala ko hoko akam mo fuelo soro so dale mo le
programme wala fot
mo le do man ni kinyana nala moto fuel na moto luwa ta moto tembul ndara nana moto na je nasika nasama na lasu programme onata programme
bara mom balay fede
kabala la so am ko mbalo di programme be kumala
thank you so much
talibo do you talibo
no talibo mom kay thank you so much talibo amanaga
talibo ko gerim de
Ciberlal kondona bake ba ñum programme waro na la kuma ya sa to ko no e don Ciberlal ñum to kelen to kana si ya kada sirin janka ñodi be kula me alon ko di current issue dem ni atre to bu ka jibi because in logic ero ni la fanan kambe mbira nyindi benda sado na kumata baki lambe tentula lambe jaila comme na mo afu nyame
na mo say mo celebrity Balti University ni frata ka foy ne ko fafa grand Bantaba modol ka fa nangan nata no nga kibaro be soro ni big celebrity la yisi
ni le ba ko na ko afu nyame mo la ma me alon ga experience ba nda fongo jama bala karama bulu ni na be siri bari mba fole Ciberlal ko MC ale silfo ale be mo kilema
nyaade be mo
fo sa ba ñoy waji
ay be mo kilema
be mo kilema
MC Cross Capital
comment am etili la do
me mo kan bo yalo
be mo kilema
la sa ba fo ko je ko
ala waji
tumiro ala fa ya tumiro
waji be menende alo na Ciberlal fa ne alo mol be jibe kan e do ta diam do ba Ciberlal wala ga mengi na fond da fond bol aga même ko nyinti dan takamano la kiya visual keda andu sai bulo firita do mandi wala sam e fruit ala sondal be jere ama passe soto moro ko de ko si sono buka fen soto ni waro ga dem bara diga salbol la ba ko salbol ama sai mara be do bol la jibo protocol at least
ya jibo protocol
at least
down wala
ataka bar sai iba annu mol la ko bal response wara dal mol la ko bal Forest Coast taxmen kat collect
ban ma do ko kega
ambola ma ani la moy même na kega kada ila moy solama yalo ade gamen ol ful kada goral do ka ni noli fita ke fengo ko ani soda ani de solama ni o be fix la nyame ko ma la do go ani la kan ani yala man fenje follow sai yala we did it for the 100 days
we did it
boy
Mangera kontendro
transport
abula kontendro ko
amande nal jaay ko for ya sa office men ambali do fay wanted on bali do be fix la nyame na samba wal andum ya bo na bro dal de ba wal na office odo ba wal na jel yes fonse to nya fo ñoy
so va dem e papa ko do ko gis de
so Ciberlal ba te fulam bal jay na lu da pa ko ton alhamdulillah c'est du programme fana ala follow up to the end avec yalla bakare inshallah ñum programme o famen na ko ñame banku do ko ma be bol ko politique on na kete on do abantara mamba but sometimes fonse ñoo ya e kajale sinin sama na sula tan ñola ko ko le abak ñum banku la ta ñaato to le be la interest mo so banku la ta ko mo man to le be fi so kamala mo semen no opposition o ruling party o be contribute banku ko ala ba
Thank you very much. Walem Fafati anina molbe nene binale nyato bi nene le batale bari nyato domande be kafula panelo molmale. Of course pour que kacha binga lundan soto mi alonko e well mukaji interview la bake warantoli ya soto nole tangol ko anata di Grand Bantaba. Honorable Samba Jallow manke moti mi alonko to mamoto ni na Gambia protocol. Of course I made a protocol atelem National Assembly member of course am dankunku nyamina dankunku constituency abe Syria deputy bungora nena keta minority leader tilen National Assembly andung tam fula nyongol ayo kele as a minority leader andu mole mialon ko science tentim fanang abe National Assembly le andung abe siring party o mi atata je party o min to ala wolem NRPD National Reconciliation Party Honorable Ahmad Bala nyaton ko yakoto abe ye wolton nabe kacala ku jamala of course am NRP NPP la ko lambe kacala fanang National Assembly fangola koto kol do kol mi alon ko lebe keri njal yalo nyin desol wala nyin local mil tambita diawol be siare bakele National Assembly honorable bismillah ala program welcome to the Grand Bantaba.
Okay, thank you Buba mbe la moy la be konton andi melbe sirim banta ibe mo jibe kam e alto panelol fanang mbal konton nambal jayla kontano na because nyata nye demokrasi moy nyin sifa nyin bunda sifa amu demokrasi la tunkungoti because nye demokrasi wala mo kela mo inform andun kontanta bake ale nyin platform sifa create ka tola Grand Bantaba andun aliato la Grand Bantaba aliem bondi from Grand Bantaba to command pungana
the Grand Bantaba. Yeah,
because being a deputy bunkono ngamra bankola Bantaba bele mujeti so nyale mbondi je alko ngananga kachake Grand Bantaba nyanta nalale ando ngamra every National Assembly member ni Grand Bantaba ye kumandi bari ibe siri mole at the Grand Bantaba nyanta nalale ye danku al ning banko mole kacha amra ning kacha ta don ku do bije nyim man kacha asi waliyo natin tema bari nyimbe siri mba kacha kan every day wati o wati nyin sita kacha la don mbe fem bondi la fafa bulu o nga bondi siri fo bulu o mba nga bondi MC bulu yo wo dun ngal encourage le pour aller wo ama ku sifa continue jandum be content di mbakle because bi nimmel be sirindam mbe kachala nyilbe manken tala luntanti fafo mom is my immediate neighbor we are together faji kunda yeah is my immediate neighbor ka ku jama kacha banko la kwade MC Cham is the same thing Sirifo Fanang is the same thing aya fo janne kabra dunta andum ba fola janne indi bayari mol bebe benjibeka when I came in parliament 2011 he was one of the philanthropists that give me a project the first philanthropist pour ka project ko dinanga Samba in my constituency oto ye Gambia la ko jibe yes then
project followed
the first project I did from a philanthropy na Samba
respect him
na Samba in my constituency so wala tina kabrim fa la fita diamno kay ko no is all imalo so wo fanam biji ata fanam ba tentu lawla ba jayla yeah because wobe I represent a section of the society in this country nyaay philanthropy nyaay mol soto ye fendi ala aya din to la Samba na constituency wo be kan to empower them imaje bi mbe sirin jang mbe banko la ko ama ko kachala so mbal be tentu lambal jayla.
Thank you so much. Honorable Kadlung, briefly most have fono e do the politic wata jumala ni nyari.
Well, I joined the political immediately I completed my high school 1998 because being in that constituency, I was very connected with the youth. So in 1998, I can remember each of these two parties then, APRC and then NRP, their constituency chairman, they were, each of them is trying to, to persuade me to join their parties. I can vividly remember when the APRC have to win that competition, and then I was supposed to be the constituency youth mobilizer for them in that constituency. But you know, sometimes we went, we were all called to go to the chief so that thing can be, can be confirmed. But when we went there, some other people, they say, because I have a very close relationship with one. Then modo benya abotanu Kerr oldi wala Ahmad Ba bota damento atata e bit ko lo ya so teriana ta dunni wo tema every day mbala bitik bunda tan ya ka finti ndela ka tara bitik koto because of na la wo kafo ka bunta ta jana iko no nyimu NRP leti so andon tol fulol ko iko nyetumi buaya la den taye de alkalo la dindi wuto taye ta Bantaba bayri yentumi wala yentumi damento automatically bayri each momo kanyinu ntata jonta NRP wo nyam then the wati bije Ahmad Ba was on it inata je kay ko nindo nganyinne tombo ye jang nim banko ten lafita men londi la député ala that is around 2001. Okay. Yes, I contested the 2001 election with very tight election of Bambantanum Bakele. Bake, but in Natam win. Then in 2007 also, Nata contest, in Natam win. But alala keroto, nilme yente boindi be, Nata ngebe boindi killing nal. So in 2011, Mayem Boindi in 2001, Warlota. Then Nata Boindi.
The first win was 2011.
Yes, 2011. Okay. Then in around 2016, 2017, Mayem Boindi for the second time, Nata Fanam Boindi. Okay. Wow. So it means that I have a very good track record when it comes to election. Because all the people, my Mayem defeat, Mayem Boindi, Bentefana, it will more flow be Nate Boindi. Kabrin Wawato nak mbe député Bunkono, alayake député Bunkono, Kabrin Nata 2011, nga fen ko soto non ay nyata kere nyata onkola because député Bunkono ila loi tamandiri nya wo wato entekiline winter même bota to a political party then independent ngamra independent lulu or independent nani wonata win but na standing order wole mu na lual kamenta ka tamande député Bunkono wo ay minority leader ay asute komiko inyanta bola political party woto yalo independent no fanan wol momo independent no ibuke kafundino because momo ilota in a constituency but then alayake konya mahauto kon na standing order wo ya sute nyamen wole mu amari nyanta bola party woto so alayake nataji ay nketa minority leader la until 2016 fanan then nata kote ke election ola o wato ntol be nga lonne it was komiko coalition olem then kabrin coalition nata fanan the same standing order haninya ta no coalition olem but party tate fanye so yalo parliament ama parliamentary procedure be wole nyama parti ni tata député Bunkono parti fulale katraje majority and minority but
so
then bari parti be ntol bebe coalition le konu ama kononu but parti lota fanyele di ama wati ama député député carte pay wato yalno ama presidential election ntol be ndentale ngamo clean tambindi wala mo independent oti den than the current president for kabrinta parliamentary election parti fanan lota fanyele then many parties ngamira GDC came with 5 NRP fanan came with 5 I think
APRC also came with 5
APRC came with 5 then atake carte fayoti then wato komiko manna standing order falling komi ko nga falling nyamen because say nga falling nyamen ni ko a leadership from nyaton kaya parti o kono wo parti o mol do ne say wolle ka carte fay wo wato député bun kono député ol bele ka den ka carte fay bar say ngawo falin hani nyata parti tanne nata député bun kono andung al nyanta député am nyaton ko tombonna wo nyaton kaya parti o do ne ka tombon say
means majority party data
ha no say ni ko ma parti o men na mol siata a nyaton ko wo mo do ne ka carte fay
okay même bol
ha
yes
exactly
okay
yeah kabrinata 2016 nyaje wo wato di standing order ma amen then wo wato ntol inata carte kabrina carte fay being coming from the from a coalition stakeholder a carte fay then happen to be the minority for the second time.
Honorable, I come tell you 2011 in at parliament. That was during Jammeh's time.
Exactly.
So what munem fatandiro the difference? It mean Jammeh wato and this time in parliament.
Yes, it's quite different. Komiko we can see example of ta mbesi indament to now. We know Jammeh wato molla diamo ya control lenu media we ya control hani député bunko non nga député jamaji je wo wato inate bay komiko ye kumol men fo député bunko no a fatata anin membe la a parti woto wo be ngawo be jiyan andu nyaaji be sayin wo mantara Kerr and then iba jibe la fanan section 91 of the 1997 constitution amen which I lead as a private member. It was just come all market yatra molla diamo among control because here was section OGB you as a party leader if you see no ila bunkono then you control your members then with the present generation wo call so when I think of that this one I attempted puka bonding in Juri Jammeh's time, but I could not get Ntemol Sotola, member Fasala. Leadership member Yentate for Itekili. But Walatina immediately 2016 Africa, because Nani Sotole in my mind, about Deputy Bungola Doku about drill Kane. So Walatina immediately 2016, immediately just curriculum drum. And akamunta ko maybe I know what is happening, what may happen in the near future. So kidita drong nga nata nga tambindi then nga amen. Lua o dun lua I positive kara beto soto and I negative part. What by la lua kono. Yeah.
So this is the difference because what time diamo mansone and but now we look at during the 5th legislature and this one fanang ibijele. What is the difference?
Yeah, there is still a difference because if you looked at the 5th legislature at the beginning Kabrimbina block killing them we came na parti ol sotele me yanko wo mu opposition parti ol leti iman dennu kabrimbe na député o tombonna president o tombonna like the GDC and then the APRC and then yes because PPP benvule but then to my assessment by Rimbije it was easier to manage in the during the 5th legislature than now. Because yalong andung sa expect ne fanang this 6th legislature would be easier to manage with the 7th legislature. That's natural. Yeah. Because information people have been given kibaro amunta ko mo beka kibaro soto kibaro nyanta soto la nyame saying hani musol me yalon ko ibela ko balto ibe tabirola they get information. So the moment the people are aware the akakolea wole nyam. So to my assessment hanintol fa ka fole it will be easier with the 5th legislature than now because now you can see even voting if you follow our voting pattern you see the UDP others will vote with the with the ruling party. Sometimes you see us, the alliance partners voting with the UDP. It happened several times. Meaning, people, people are coming. I have a very bad Monday. Yeah, okay. I could have loved to make it in fuller. So I'm meaning again, no political leader can sit down there. You dictate how your members of parliament will vote. So nimbe bijele. Nimbe
mkwele. So moja mali al tumi honorable kadum kol kono ko that fifth legislature al mumon leti mi alonko atolle the draft constitution atolle a fay. 116 million ne dundaji. Ya motol di Allah fanal malo motol bota damen during the fifth legislature. Aleo motol fananta. And it multi mi alonko e meta parliament. What do you have to say about it?
Exactly. Let me first start with the covering for the draft constitution. You see, a legislature, wole mu deputy oti. Deputy is informed Yemen nati ajibe. I was one of the until what vehemently nko nta sopola andum fanang I have my ground. I have my ground. Rejecting most people, miracle comico is the issue of this retroactive. You see, I may refer you to that clause. Just in that yeta yajibe. Check from, I cannot vividly remember, but check from clause 27, 29 toward 30. Toward 30, nyajibe, you will see some clauses. Mensa foko, ni fafa bedoko la. Dinkira kono, any management ye problem soto, he can be banned for life at the Dokokela. You can go and check. Then there is another clause.
Come now, Dokola Dulato. I problem also he can be banned in a government institute.
Yes. Then the other one.
But what is the problem? I mean, sir? Is it?
Yeah, the word Beleman clear. You see, Lua. I would come to that because I have to defend myself because I never have the opportunities to defend yourself. Then the other one was the issue of is related to work. Komiko, if you are working in Kerr Fatou, like what our lawyers are doing now, ni ibota doko la dula doto. Akamuntako, this part-time job. Wo be abije me yalon ko ya hotel ko be ko ni be like libe loyal maybe working in government institution yalon some of them have part-time job at the university or do wo be was an issue and then
what is the issue there?
They cannot you cannot do it.
You can only work at one place.
Exactly, you can't do it. And we understand our sisters and brothers in America nyaje ibe sirinje, they are supporting themselves here. They tell you America, you cannot even sustain yourself.
But don't you think America is the wrong country to compare?
No. The comparison is not about the economic thing. Komiko, if you can travel to America, been given that access to work in one or two places, what about in your country, where you come from? I'm not comparing the two countries based on their economic gain or economic. No. But if you can get that access there, it's a banquet. And secondly, Section 7 of the new constitution.
So before you go to Section 7, if you are working at two places, don't you think ibe dula killing ibe la best deal also the other place might be?
No, it's
but depend. It's a possibility, right?
It's a possibility.
If private sector or in government?
No, he's talking about government.
Yes, I'm talking about.
He's talking about government.
In the government.
No.
Like you are having a job. Like doko soro mansa kunda. Kerfara fana lafte tal. Pure doko ena doko ja. So ako draft constitution I will reject it.
Exactly.
But if I am working government, tenyanta jila talanani.
Yeah.
Government. Well, yes. Closing hours.
Yes.
So do you think Ninja Jiran Tebe Minkiana like Kerr Fatou?
No. What for example, most of this part-time job is just 1 hour 30 minutes or 2 hours. You see one teacher teaching from this school to another, like a period lesson. It's not.
Yeah, it's the same time, not 1 hour. It's the same time.
If I close today, like if I.
And sometimes most of them are very late. Huh?
No.
When you are going to the other school.
When you are going?
When you are going for example, if the schools are very
depend.
far from
You see,
each other.
don't look at the individual car. That is his nature. You call me when Cabri and Commandi. I was in there, sitting here waiting for almost 30 minutes or 1 hour. Give him the environment. It's up to him to deliver. But restrict. Well, it's not correct. But if you give him the environment to do it, as a citizen, you just give them the environment. To meet the time, time when you meet, ala personal quality.
No, but you are affecting people if you have been late and you are, for example, you are going to teach later for 30 minutes, for example, right? For us, we have time here. But you later for 30 minutes. That is affecting the children that you are teaching.
You see, I think
so. Maybe you are looking at it at
no. Maybe
one aspect
you are not. You are not getting my point clearly. I came from the National Assembly. Somanda Kabrin Wulta at 10 o'clock. I have a meeting. A meeting was today. Ntata nga meeting attend. Mbotaji, I went to another appointment. Wobe, I time myself. That is my personal commitment to meet that one. Fonte. And Mbotaji, nata jamfanang to attend a program.
No. Honorable. So what do you think others can do this here?
No. Well, I don't know, but this is what I'm telling you.
That's why
this is why I'm saying is the individual personal commitment, but don't put a law that will restrict him, especially the economic situation believe in men. Today, mojama benyim banko kang ila salary alone cannot earn them anything.
Okay, that was the second reason you rejected the draft constitution. What was the third one?
And then the other one, section 7. Komiko yalong sometimes te fa ngamira no yamira okay deputy men bije hakilo tela. Iko nyilu anyin tambita if the constitution nya tambita. Yalong in fact if in the judiciary, because that opinion was supposed to come to it, because judiciary will make that opinion. So say nyinga tambindi, hani nyatra mistake ko ketaje. Whether through the National Assembly process, the constitution on nyanta tambila nyamen, for a referendum, or from the executive, I na deputy bunkono, for a referendum. Fight a referendum. Nyatra mistake or ketaje, you cannot challenge that to court. Are you getting me? Because it's a process.
I'll repeat that question.
For example, the introduction from the executive to parliament, yalong luaka tambinin process lale. During the course of those process, nya tambita, al nata al ya realize, hey, there was an error made. You cannot challenge its passage to the court. Yeah, you can't challenge it. You can't challenge it. Even where atambita, because recently I could remember the legal practitioners bill. Ya tambini yalong for eta ya gazette, akamunta kunyatra ima gazette, and nyima gazette abuka ke luati. Because for Gambia no yitandi, mbenyin luwa si fale dundila. Wale mu gazette wala important, and it is part of requirement for now. Jani be luwa dundila ama deputy bunkono for ya gazette. So for example now nyeta wobe manke, you can't challenge it at court.
Now, Honorable, along Luadada,
no, that is the 2020 promulgation bill.
Luadada, there is a process, right?
It's a process.
And it is a very long process.
Right? It's a very long process.
It's a very long process. So you expect that at all National Assembly, Milka Luadada, albita o process o bela, and then you still feel like there is a mistake that should be changed.
Exactly, it do happen. Come an example of Mendila. If you are amending any section in the 1997 Constitution...
No, but then you people are not doing your job.
We're doing it. This is why we rejected it.
Because
that clause, you are
not doing your job. No, what do you mean is if there is a mistake and you are past already,
yes,
I'll challenge no. But there is a process Janni aka challenge.
Yes,
that
what
means al nyanta as National Assembly members, you should go through everything. Aleta to all the stages. All the stages. That means ko amanya na kanala atola with a mistake.
No, maybe you don't understand my point of argument.
No, I understand your point.
I don't think.
Okay.
It doesn't mean the 2020 constitution amanna process la.
No, I'm
right
not
process.
talking about that. You are
it doesn't mean that.
Natara lua that. Luanying, if there is a mistake,
yes,
but I passed already. Alta challenge nola. It cannot be challenged. It cannot be challenged.
No. That's what I'm saying. Ngamra Imanjele understand. That was about. It means those who drafted the 2020.
That is what is in the draft constitution.
Yeah, they are trying to protect it.
I understand. Yes.
Well, protection, ni moya foye. You see, as it came at the National Assembly level, there will be no error. But there will be. It is not our bill. Abota do leto. Akana. Yes, we just require what is required for a bill to be tabled, what is required to a bill to be passed. But abota damento. There is an error. We cannot detect it. It's not under our domain.
No, but you know, adaba la dogo kono le fengo fen natal kan alia read alia jibe follow.
Yes, you should be able to,
you should be able to spot if there is any error.
There could be error that is outside your domain. You might not actually
but these bills are brought to you.
No, I agree with you. That's what I'm telling you. You know, this is why I'm saying amankiko komiko yewoleke komiko the 2020 promulgation bill. I'm not saying aketa wolto bari ya sans ila fita sans amenna woka sobo natile yalo nyibe fen natila ite you just when itata iba ya sansang komi ko nyindebe tamela bari nya fenketa ko menketa je anin silo manta alta chale no la court that was the yes abitira wole nyama that is the argument I'm bringing. Okay. And secondly until we are National Assembly members we have a limitation. Duladol bije nsi loi tambinde bari duladol bije banko la constitution or section 100 wala mu jele retroactive fenko ni ma mo jama malong because mol malong ko this 2020 billion aning 1997 inata nyameng is different. 1997 constitution anatale yata soldarole bankota they abrogated the 1976 constitution ya bondile there was no constitution bon nyindo anatale akamunta ko nyata teindirolem atale be nyin kutamanya atale ka teindi
okay kutamado
ha because as at now janimbe parela fonko mbari pilla we make all our references on the new one. We're going to be the sworn to defend that constitution, the old one. Do janimbe kutama tambindila na reference will be nka ta wolto. And the section 100 is very clear. Section 100 is completely clear. Ako national deputy bunkon imanse mwoso to kafuko particularly nebekela ni bankoka. Iko manse mwoso to fukake dina killing wale kani bankoka. Ako fanang imanse mwoso to komiko ye nyanto soto ngalua dada membe wo nyanto busila. I don't know whether you understand my language.
I understand.
These are one of the two. Wale mu the retroactive. Komiko like what had happened. The then president na elect as a president before the new constitution come. Niko ibe lua do dada I nyindo include. Abe kolea natila told deputy oliye because section 100 is completely against it. Komiko ntolte loi dada nola mensi mola nyanto komiko sirifo nyanto mensoto janni wo loi binala akamunta ko ite loi dada la ay muru koma anyanta stad la ay tanyato.
This is the 1997 constitution.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is a constitution me alonko Haramandia nyanto tinya siata je bakal. You will agree with that?
No, that's what you believe it is.
So you think that the 1997 constitution is perfect?
I'm not saying even at the beginning, there is no law which is perfect.
Yeah, but let's talk about the 1997 Constitution.
Yeah,
to
defend that one.
Yes, to defend that one.
But
that doesn't mean you cannot pass another one.
No, wait. Even when you, if you take the 1997 Constitution, you take the new one, you compare and contrast. Most of these things, most of these things. In fact, I say there are some clauses that they even borrow from the old one.
Yeah, that happens everywhere.
That happens everywhere.
It happens everywhere.
That happens everywhere. And let me tell you, the 1997 Constitution, I don't know the lawyers who drafted it, but it all, the way they protected that 1997, and the million Kutama Safi, protect Nyaming is different. Yalo itoli ya protect nyame yalo nyindoko nyatambita hani nyata mistake waketa mota chale no la court. That's a protection ya kantale. But in 1997 itoli ya kanta nyame men ya safe ya kanta nyame wale mu pour ka falling aka kole yale, because even a dot or comma ni ba falling na Niba Falina in the 1997 Constitution for your popular is Karisaba and in Tilitang.
That's 100 days.
That's 100 days. I now don't deputy Bunkon. And when you don't deputy Bunkon, 43 members must say yes to that.
That is the entering clauses, right? That is the
entering
clause.
No,
that the entire constitution only the entering clause.
No, it's not about, it's all. Are you getting me? Anything that you are amending.
That itself is bad. It's a bad law. Right?
No, that's what I'm telling you. Yalo, Bembeka Chalale, and Komiko, Yalo Ngafeko, it only protect Nyame. Malon, the lawyers who write it, but they protect Nyame. It is very difficult. Puka Bondijam. Yalo, we are talking about honey assistant in National Assembly, I believe. But Wato, you are talking about 116 million. You know, Miranu, as an experienced National Assembly member, it was better to stop the 16 million to waste than yet Tambindi. You put another 100 or 200 million for IEC to go for referendum, knowing Anyanta Tambila Nyame. Because Anyanta Tambila Nyame, Keme 70 must say yes. And voter population, 50% must come out to vote. Out of that, 70 must say yes. That's at referendum. But look at our political division. Just look at the National Assembly. At the National Assembly, it was only the significant minority. Because it only said 20. But only 14, if 14 ko honey, at a Kenola. That's the significant minority. You see, it is a significant minority, but a constitution in 1997, I have protected. How do you think, you have to look at the, the political, our nature of politics, it will not pass.
But that was the campaign that you people were campaigning.
No. You see, when I was legislating,
now campaign that this is a bad constitution.
You see, at that level, long as a National Assembly, as a legislature or is to make sense on what I'm doing.
And that was to say that
for me, economically,
was bad.
Yes, economically, not saying it's bad. But by another day, and I am 110% so. We're going to waste another 200 million because IEC would not ask you nothing at that material time to go for referendum. They need money.
So, but why were you thinking about IEC and the
I was thinking
when you already wasted 160
exactly
million.
That's what I'm telling you. It was better for it to stop there than adding another 200 million. Or another
so adding 200 adding 200 million to pass the constitution was not that better.
No, that you see, you are not getting me. No. You see, when it comes from
referendum moto. No. I think I'm in voice. Referendum moto reject la jele. I understand.
Yes, now I am talking from experience.
No, let's come in put at a. I understand. I come in for. You see, just let me come. Your word is Hanatera Tambitanum that 16 million according to you is wasted. Another referendum.
Yes.
At least 50%.
Yes.
Nyanta fintila le puruka vote. Welte fintila or maybe or it a
no 50% nyanta fintila and 70% most said yes.
I most said yes. Sai. Not all National Assembly members mi alonko. Atole nyanta murla la moli ale diamwe. You went there alkoeko. This draft constitution is bad. Do you think they'll vote for it?
No, you see, at that level, no.
This is my point.
No, at that level, it is not in our hands anymore. Referendum is in the hands of the politicians.
But these are
no, excuse me.
These are yes,
of course. Of course,
you are representing people.
I'm representing people.
Yes, at that house.
Yes, at that house.
And you went back to your people. You must talk to your people.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And you told them that the constitution is bad.
Because
we are not happy with some clauses on the
exactly. No, for that one, I tell you see, I am trying to give you. I'm trying to give you the reasons what I rejected.
Yeah, these are the reasons.
I tell you automatically since at the beginning, I am one of the people who rejected, and then I am putting my fact that this is that, and that. Reject. And no, let me tell you. You see, if you are legislating for now, you see, you have to make sense on what you are legislating. It's not that okay, komiko anyanta tambila. Wawato until bay. Why still now we are contemplating to bring it back or not? What was happening in 2 years back on our political landscape is the same thing. So meaning, I'm not saying it. How to call now? Okay, if they bring it, it will fail. I don't know, but if you look at our political landscape, it's in at the parliament. Now it's have reversed. Today, if the government would bring it, I'm not sure, I'm not predicting what the major opposition party will do. But I wonder how it can pass. Because that significant minority have increased almost to twofold. Because UDP have 15. I'm not saying they will vote. I'm just trying to put the figures. APRC will we say two. This is our.
We have two.
No, two. They are 5.
We have 2.
No, you call them. You see, sometimes if you call them, you mistakenly call them APRC.
Yeah.
The North Alliance is 5. Who will say everybody is in this? They will see it as their own.
Yeah.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Semi-conditional.
Yes. Didn't say
so you still reject it, honorable?
No, wait. Before we go for the presidential election, I have a discussion. For us to have a new constitution, meaning each party that is in government, you must have that absolute majority. That is, you must have 45 or 43 members of parliament in your party. Without that, you will still come to this struggle. Before we go for the presidential election, that's a discussion I had. We're going for a presidential election. We have a pending constitution. What should be our objective? What should be our result? Fight la. Wolemu nga deputy party or party men nata. Because I don't know who will win. But any party that should come and give us a new constitution must get that figure, 43 members of parliament.
Or more.
Yes, or more. Then we will not have a trouble. Now, again, they are bringing it back. Me as a legislator, who said no, I don't know what are they going to do. What I say no, before them in 2 years back, I don't know whether they will bring it like that. Because remember,
it is not change anything there.
No, I don't know. That one I cannot talk about it because it's not my document. It's somebody's document.
They went around and the Gambians accepted it.
No, yeah, but Gambian
so why will they change anything there?
No, I'm not saying they will change. I say I'm just presuming, people like me.
You said you don't know.
So I believe with my consent, I cannot take it. I cannot vote for those one. Meaning, no, excuse me. Lua They consult people, but at the end of the day, if they take it to Parliament, Parliament have the right to amend, to increase, or to minus.
So
we have the power.
You are going to reject it?
Well, I will not comment on that for the meantime, because I will not comment, because it's not my document.
Maybe
because
that is even a rhetorical question, right? Because you already mentioned the clauses that you are not happy with.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You in fact said that million that I am
exactly.
And
so
if they are not changing it, that means you are rejecting it again.
Well, no. Now they are going to reintroduce. How they are going to reintroduce? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
They have to proceed. They have
no. Wait. Because a parliamentary question was set for the Minister of Justice, but what he told us, they are having some consultation. Where consultation is happening, likely changes can happen.
You see, Honorable, this is the point. I think what a lot of people are saying, Ning alla coalition partners Sunday natal kaleko. For yes, you are not going to look at all these clauses. You say yes. No, but that is what is happening in the parliament right now.
Don't. No. I totally disagree.
Huh? So Nina Rekaleko for no is no.
No, that is not a recent parliament. That is not recent.
No, but these have been happening in the 5th legislature.
Yeah, how?
Look,
can you quote it?
There are a lot of...
No. Gadigo, you can't quote.
Huh?
You cannot quote any law, Atambita at the National Assembly, and members were dictated to vote.
The draft constitution is a good...
No, yeah, that is your perception.
But it is the reality.
If it was about only yes, I would not have... extract all these things from that constitution and tell you this is what I reject. Those members.
But now you are not able to answer. You are not able to answer.
Of course I did.
No, you are not able to.
Of course I did.
You are not able to answer. Natara ya murundi nanteng. No, just listen. Just listen. Natara ya murundi nanteng. You are not able to answer that. Abe nyamen tenti ya murundi nang whether you will vote yes or no, because you don't know the stand of your coalition partners. You are
no. There is nothing like.
Now tell us whether you are going to vote it yes or no.
You see, when it comes to the issue of the coalition partners, that one actually, I don't know how would I put it in.
Honorable, are you going to vote it yes or no? Now
it depends what they bring to me. I'm a legislator.
They bring the constitution the way it is right now. You mean reject no?
For me,
yes.
Let me tell you,
I don't
vomit.
Yes or
no, I don't vomit and take it.
So that
if all the clauses that I outlined,
yes,
if I am legislating for the Gambian people,
yes,
I would definitely reject it because I already took that decision.
My question is answered. Thank you. MC Lanmoy sa reaction si draft constitution. It's coming back to the National Assembly.
Buba tey mom yang ma jaxase suma
it's normal.
Because man dama feel like ne Honorable Samba Jallow bokk nañu support ñu yaga joy ne Gambie dafa am time limit. Time bu nekké ci house bi mom kenn ma fa nekkon jamono Jammeh bokkon na ci nga xamné di reform nga xamné ñu ko doon joy ba nga amna ci ma solo Sundance ñi gañu ci ji desi don falang Sonko ak yu bari am nga xénen pour gis ne Gambie di wara absolute majority bon da nga gis ne man personnellement musuma nangu pour Gambie amé ñu consomme man luma waxon moy nen seen consomme ñu amén ko yu nga xamé lu leen fogg né yi baaxut wala li soldat ya ko fa dugal comme dugal en campagne né loi yi soldat ba dañ ko fa wara génné ñi génné loi yoy lu fogg né lu leen fa def dugal ko fa pour nga dégg ci aduna bi né
MC are rejecting the bringing back the 1990
non luma gëm moy amane buñu spend ci xaliss buñu spend fofu mo nañ ko spend ci même bok parlement ci lu ndaw lay mëna dugal fofu ñu def amé men ci dem naka référendum ciow am 160 million boy spend ci draft console bi So you don't 5 million or 6 million.
What are you going to amend and what are you going to?
Because right now, Lugami no gonna join my time limit in Solon. Absolutely, Lugami gonna sola.
No, there were a lot of bad
laws. Lugami is gonna sola.
I'm saying there were a lot of
bad laws you move for. But Lugami gonna book a moy. You bring Solon moy. Time limit.
Not only the time limit. Time limit.
No key. Politicians.
There were a lot of things. There were a lot of bad laws.
Bad laws, young fa. What bad laws?
In fact, that was the reason. That was the reason. But if you change the constitution itself, you are bringing another constitution, right? Now you are.
Bad laws, young fa. I'm you just gain the age limit. First attempt, the age limit when they came. So as time goes on, within 5 years, laws you don't want to gain it. You want to gain it. From there, you fix your book. So
you think the amendment is better than bringing the draft constitution?
Mandola belief. So therefore, amendment si. Aman bi tay kon ciow bi tay du am. Lul fogg ne li baxul. Même bo parlement si political party si kene ku nek am nga sa MPs at the assembly. Binal sa note si binal nga ne li len soxla li ak li. Ku nek dem si house bi ne wa
I don't know whether you understand that 1997 constitution is dictatorial. I don't know whether I pronounce it. Is
you see? No, excuse me. That 1997 constitution, people perceive it is dictatorial.
No.
It was not dictatorial because even that 1997, the original draft, there is time limit. But it was amended.
It was amended.
Thank you very much.
It was amended. Yes, it was. No, wait. Wait. No, wait. Let me come.
The amendment.
No, the amendment didn't go to referendum. Yeah,
No. It's illegal.
No.
Such amendment.
Amendment of 1997 constitution. It's too much.
Yes, let me. No, it was just 50 amendment. Let me help you. It was just. You see,
and that was the former president.
It was just 50 amendments when the government was coming to
power. How many amendments?
50 amendments.
50 amendments.
And out of how many clauses? Out of how many clauses?
You think that is not?
No, wait. Those things, because that was the first proposal of Khalifa Sallah. You see, to change the constitution is different. As I told you earlier, the 1997 constitution, it is well protected. It is well protected. The threshold is high to change it. But actually, that it was very unfortunate when they were debating the Constitutional Review Commission. Then I was not in Parliament. But I understand that was the position of Khalifa Sallah. It will save cost. This thing will not have happened. Secondly, what among most of the clauses, it was just to return them back. The absolute majority, it was just to return it back. There are still people who are having the original text of the constitution.
Is really
No, you see, you must amend. Excuse me, Buba. As long as it is a constitution. No, wait. You see,
I'm surprised that you are supporting.
No, wait, Buba. As long as it is
what are you going to amend? Almost everything that you are going to amend.
For example,
you must
example. I can give example in Senegal. Since Jamoro Senghor, Senegal musulo dégg ne Sénégal Abdou Diouf ñëw na wala Abdoulaye Wade ñëw na.
Kan moo fa nekk dictateur Sénégal si ñooy mention.
Déedéet wala mo wa dictateur la ñen ko da nga rof génné fa nek. Jappé dafa ñu génné. Dugal fa leen lu waxo génné wala vote génné vote mako mëna génné neku référendum ko wara génné. All this is about referendum.
97 constitution.
So 97 constitution. You yaay di mi génné yépp do MP ñoko dugal.
Simple
you have the numbers again to use again.
Do you have any problem?
Wow,
do you have any problem with the draft constitution?
Man draft constitution bi man amu ci ben problème. Man dama fiir wax na ko mané. So gisé gaay doon round yépp di wax né waaw some of this clause motax li ak li yépp dem na ñëw yépp first 5 years président bi. Man loolu la gëm man. Né first 5 years président bi mom la gaay bëgg né war na bokka.
Non.
Wala yépp lu gaay laxal yépp mën nañ ko amé. Yépp mën nañ ko génné. Bon belé fa la problème bi nekk.
Sorry.
Moy di first 5 years président bi né waru fa bokka. Man ma wax né dafa wara bokka because ma gëm né Gambia ben président wota romba 10 years. Man loolu la gëm. because loolu la gaamee si xeex loolu la gaamee si campagne yi loolu bokk na nga xam ne tey tax ñu génne fi jàmme Honoré bu bokk na si front line bi ñoom ñoo campagne ne waaw benn président waru fi nekk more than 10 years so kon draft constitution bi amaa nga xam ne spend nañ ko waroon nañ jox opportunité ñoom ñu toogaat comme lu gars yi foog ne dañ ko war a Ali State Halifa Sallah wax na ne lii nii la ko xalaatee ñii ne déedéet bu ñu ko defee nii neen am lu ees because loi yi soldat la loi yi baaxut nañ seen constitution bi am na yu bëri nga xam ne mu ngi fa man góom naa ne baax na even section 91D bu gars yi génnee man d'accord ma si ne député yi sa parti waru laa mën a su la daaxee doo ñàkk sa place because góom ma sa parti sponsor la campagne la jàppale la support la nga ewu suba teer rek loolu lañ ko def dooleel dafa dooleel NPP soo bàyyi xel loolu mu génne rek lan moo xew MPC door di free boo kenn ku nekk ku am liggéey ku employé si liggéey dañ la war a mën a contrôle lu ma ne laay def because léegi kii kenn mënu ko génne because even naka su nekkoon personne sax mënu la ko génne because soo xoolee condition nu mu laa war mënu loo génne MP dañ ko fa war a waaw mu ne ko recall nan how na ko war a recall how na ko war a recall mënu la recall MP ñoom seen liggéey moo gën a safe kenn mënu la génne gars yi so sa parti sponsor la am na yoo xam ne ñoom even mu doon campagne transo amuñ ko seen poche parti bi jox leen campagne fond fay naka déposit bàyyi seen soxla yi àndaa di campagne yow suba bu gën a bëccëg nga ewu suba teel nga ne waa léegi damaa cross campagne dem NPP nga cross campagne dem NPP sa parti mu si dara so moo tax man da section boobu man dama taxaw waxoon naa ko li dem ma sow moo ko secondé bu ko téebule ma kool ko ma ne ko man d'accord maa yow si lii wala sa right la sa vote
I think
wala ma gëm ne parti
let me just intercept.
But MC,
so okay, like I just wonder, do you want the draft constitution to come back, or do you want for them to amend in 1997?
Right now, draft constitution at this time, Dujala.
No, I'm talking about.
But I'm going to give an example. Right now, right now, draft constitution assembly, guys, you go vote. The way it is. Wow. Do go vote. If it's come in that way. Legi lu gëna am solo moy ñepp dañ soxla term limit. Dañ soxla absolute majority at this time. So lolu bokk lo xamne aduna bi ñu ko xé.
I'm saying that xam nga ne about this constitution is more than term limit and what you talking about.
But it's more than term limit.
Yeah.
But right now ñepp dañu focus moy ñepp ñu bëgg gis lu ci jama ci réew. Moy président tok mo na 10 years. Lolu moy ci jama ci réew. Léegi lu fi nekk yëpp ñëpp xam ne condition yi naan seen condition bi yaaxu na
yow loolu nga di wax ni léegi nii even suñu seelul réglé nii it has to be the same thing.
Waaw it has to go back. Waaw it have to go back. Whatever ne even the president.
Because soo see président nga taxawal bi léegi nii amal le président Barrow soo léegi président Barrow kon léegi du taxawaat.
lu ne moom conseil war na ko gaay bi ngor ñoom sax mu ne problème.
No, it's depend
mu decide ne du taxaw.
It depend
wala na sim ko na ko mën a jël tam ne moom du taxaw na tam ci wax ga merci when
it comes to that it needs some engagement, political engagement.
Which section?
That is the issue of the retroactivity, because it is against us. You know,
against who? Us who?
The National Assembly member to legislate a law that is retroactive. So, but then it can be designed for a purpose. Like, for example, when something is happening, and you must design a law to take care of it. Well, it needs a political engagement, so that if we are designing the law, it will be designed for that purpose. That's how the Constitution talk about it. That
was designed. You know, that was designed for.
When it affected you,
my surprise is during this the draft constitution talks and everything. You people were not talking about the way this 116 million was being spent, you know, Almatra Africa. at the other time. Even MC was attacking why the draft constitution was rejected. But today MC is saying that they can just amend the 1990.
Yeah, but that's because hang on,
what MC is saying is what is feasible. What is feasible?
Red Fava, I'm not for doing that. Accept nene. The example.
No, Fava.
Example Arnabi.
No, I can't remember like Senegal and others.
No, Senegal amun dictator.
No, by
all the past presidents.
Senegal amun dictator. Wala Macky Sall ñu ne ici 13 points. Génne naka génne yu gaay foog ne baaxut ñu jël boole ko ci sa compte
ñun suñu boss ñaar
boole ko waa 50 yooyu
you see
nekk yu bonde
non
waa 50 yooyu waa léegi 50 yooyu la 50 yooyu yëpp bon
no the problem is most of those ones
kaamala Yaya Jammeh dafa jëloon constitution bi tegee ko boor Jammeh wu ci executive power la doon use Yaya Jammeh loolu la doon use de Yaya Jammeh constitution Gambie di ko laal kañ la ko doon di laal mooy bu mu daanoo élection si la dellu back to the constitution des constitution baa wax lii ak lii wa Jammeh li si ëppoon mooy lu mu doon wax mooy executive power la doon use di jaay di ci téye ni teg nañ ba la place constitution bi 72 hours soo téye ni ki da nga ko war a bàyyi da ngaa nekk si NIA how many 6 months waaw so dama expliqué mooy soo gisee man lu ma believe mooy man gëm naa ne man dama ne draft constitution bi government ñoo ko njëkkee rey man loolu laa wax suma wax bu yàgga loolu tax ñu rey ko mooy ñoom xam ne den Barrow xam na ne su ko laalee coow dina am léegi mu ne soo amee 14 MP mun nañ ko block they have the numbers at the assembly am nañ ko ñu ko mun a block because amoon nañ 8 ñu am 5 NRP nga am APRC war ñoom ñu ngi taxaw seen 5 because ñoom bëggul naan NSM constitution bi génn
no APRC no alliance will not
so de amoon nañ loolu so Barrow ñi already amoon nañ 14 ñu xam ne mun nañ block draft constitution du jaala so da nga gis waaw da nga gis ne léegi comme léegi ñoom politiciens yi
even today
léegi si jaaloon sa 70% bi gars yi wax noonu ne référendum Barrow su taxawoon ak coalition partner ne ñoom dañ support di draft constitution mu bless ko wane ne support na ko ministre yi taxaw ñëpp taxaw campagne ko dafa jaala
but these people come
loolu
members they went to their constituencies and told them
no that was a secret wala buwa am nga dafa am buwa
they told their people the constitution is bad don't vote
buwa am nga dafa am time da nga gis ne constitution bi si waam constitution bi dañ ko rey wala soo bàyyi xel political advice président bi ñu ko génna discredit draft constitution bi dan si humbaal ñëpp génn leen fu nga xamee ne ñoom because ñoom suñu waxee ordre government moo wax so ñu bëgg a waxee ne lii ak li soo léegi Barrow bañ na inter community bi ñu ne waaw moo ko laal léegi lu mu def mooy daf ko use si dafa dem direct si assembly bi ne MP yi ñoo reject ñen ñoo vote non xam ne ñan la ñoom de coalition partners si ñoo vote non so da ngaa gis ne léegi man lu ma góom mooy draft constitution bi man bëggoon naa mu jàll man dama góom dama yaaga xee ne Gambia dañ war a am luwaay yu doxal réew boo tey at the beginning amaan buñ spend mu nañ ko ñaaka spend ñu dugal ñu def amendments comme yeneen country yi ñu ko defee xaalis booy duggal nga jël MPs yi soo yokka seen sitting allowance yi sax ñu toog ñu def amendments yi ñu pass ko ñu dem référendum.
Thank you. Fafa?
No,
you want to? Okay, right. Because everyone is supporting this, so at least I know you'll against it. Go ahead. Supporting this time. This time you are with. Fafa. Okay, go ahead. No, it ain't day follow. Go ahead. This.
Kajago kumarin bakel. Anu naje na honorable lamay bakel. Na lamoy ala balandal mu melti. Maybe lamoy. So, but honorable, actually, I'm disappointed. Why I'm disappointed is because even in mil fokanting, milliardina, it is balanda. But we will find it milliard longo. Considering as a nanot already. I mean, nyatonto. Follow based on the demand of the citizens. Because when we can remember them, fend me along we go as citizen or affect. And the citizen will find ye nyanto sotle, near Fem Fenjame along a batandile, Yella Dibitol Kumandi, ye la concern put into those things ya point into ya remedy. So the kafoko o cool me alon ko ite wollaje ndela jero na menje na men koros jamo kono comme ye wol ke minin downlet e minin ta wollal dron pour e be kanal la nyamen la molma bari même ko ko tije ila jamo labanta wolot wala mu ñindi ko ka president wala term limit ko ni ila jamo ñu labanta wolto wala ila balanda be nyaajibe because yaje psychologically ko nim mobe diamula ke am hay lamoy from where the person starts and where the person ends. Wala tina ila diamo be kono yemenke wala ñundu ko ñu dol yo le fo me yalon ko people might think ko honorable ala ñing things artist me yalon ko to ñale ma jessale kam yo fo tro do at the end of it the main thing me yalon ko wala fo the main costi ye fa ñinandi wala up at the end of ina na ka samana bari ima ja samana so dina point moment wala ñundu ko you see ñin lo habu ko me yalon ko anata yaje député bon akumata party wala tinna député bon janabe ko dol kala alka tama na opportunity dia la kata bankol kam ka bankol la systemul jibe because bankol la systemul because ka le story to amam mi alborna chana on the story to amam mi altara and so especially you ita mu national assembly member to me alonko ila experience is so vast that ko ye experience men sodo ila experience one ita be West African Parliament and I think yesterday you are there. So that West African Parliament, a connection also with connection people with vast experience of Bankola, Bankola Luala Catania. So Gambian call La Suro, they have it are long, Katambi deputy Yamato Bunko, by even in jail, Ganyan Lua falling Milfoting, even in jail, the Lua Dul falling Ibalanta, killing. In fact, dolbe jefon ibuka da ke jefo buka ka yolo ko nyimbalenta o mombala wa bita abitambile so at the end of it ka so ngulu alal say nin na don ko ulu ha ko nyin ay falungul non so do falungul nyin siata bakele ngo say nanda kam men ko wolu nyin ko na lu ha bu ko mu be na be fale look e ka wolu la même for section 100 le mo section whatever me alon ka ko lu ata mur la koma 100 that section nyin you guys can bring that to the, I told so someone in the parliament. I saw someone in the parliament. I have fallen.
Pause there, let me help you.
Okay.
It's where the problem was. Okay. And it's where the drafters see and they bring that section 7. That one was an entrenched clause. During the course of the drafting of the constitution, it was realized there is a clause 1 mais alors ko a mention deputy woli loi dada pour retroactive it could have been an amendment mais o amendment le follow then we come to the process but loi it is an entry because it is a section that deal with one party state in the country and to introduce Islam one religious in the country well the section is entrenched deputy obuka falino you must take that clause to referendum, then that was the difficulty. This was why a protection was made. You see, you see where my thought. A protection was made if the constitution passed. After its passage, if you detect anything wrong, you cannot challenge it to court. The other was section of beginning. And I na sembo tale pour que loi dada me retroactive ako nte loi fanan dada no la me yalon ko I want participate one participate na di banko kan or one Islam fen ko I wallet so wala na ya entrenched is because of what is embedded there comme ko yalon pour ka one religious initiate in a country. What is a problem?
No, Honorable, the draft constitution doesn't say that there should be one religion in the country. Did it say that?
No, you listen to me.
It's talking about
it is the old one.
No,
what I told you.
Well, I don't understand.
No, this is what I told you. Yalong, where more men understand. You see, this 1997 constitution, it is not abrogated. It's there. It is guiding us on our deliberation. Yalong, when Yaya Jammeh came in, he abrogated the 1976 constitution. There was no constitution.
No degree.
I know, yes.
Yeah. There was decree. Okay. This was why it was very easy for the 1997 constitution to go in for draft because of parliament from Manfenkeno. There was no parliament. There was no parliament at that time. In fact, if you realize, during the inauguration of that parliament, Sidya Jata, Balanta, to sworn in. Because of constitutional, President Manfenke, Anyanta Assembly. So that you see, the law, it can be a law. Well, I think a Balanta no, for sworn in as a member of parliament. It is a different ball game now. Now what is existing, we are having a law in place and we want to put a law in place. And you are guided with that constitution. Even the voting pattern in parliament is dictated by the 1997
but there is there is no person I'm a person who come like if you have a law in place, you cannot have another one in place. So if you have the draft constitution passed, then we are not going to use the after the referendum. We are not going to use the 1997 constitution.
When you are amending the law,
that is it.
No, wait.
But you are wasting our time.
No, not wasting time. I know. I just want to make this clear.
You are wasting our time.
Let me help you. If you are amending a law, an act, Alabandula is where Nyal Tata for a Banta is where there must be a clause. Repealing and saving, but we don't read. Hadn't been that ntata for Adandula. Now we will agree on repealing and saving. Wolem mengo membe nun koto makono, mengo membe koto makono me alon ko ya tale is good. Mengo me repealing and saving is safe in the new one. Then the old one will now go.
Okay, I understand. I know even the 1997 constitution is difficult, very difficult to change, very difficult to amend because it has to go through referendum.
No.
Entering clauses.
It's because of that entering clause.
Entering clause you in our referendum.
That entering clause come and come by for Kanjam. What people need to understand. Don't feel diamond. Go begin.
Well, you know my work.
I'm like Kaka. I'm like Kaka.
No, but it's funny business.
I'm not going to
No. That's not the point.
Okay, go ahead.
No problem.
So come on for jam. That's honorable. If you men blood be for can that you would learning ilo to jele ko yamba to put the pump ko nyoko so. But in kapan ka fuelo go ne so diamond to. Fana me nyapile ka wol. So honorable. So atole ni ko zori bu commission.
Exactly, yes.
And you guys cannot tell us go. Tell me like I said of Alma there are some of this kind of clothes. But I look at 1997 come.
No.
No, wait. After
I will come. You will come up
there are some of those things are there. But look at all the ale loi de nula, ale sembo de nula, ale full sembo sekala de nula pour le loi kuto de da. And ala no ko ni le loi kuto de da wala nyundu ko. E ka fenna de da me ya longo wala nyundu ka banko taman. Anum alialo noko biaje me kamera kana degree le walatina ko sona ta bulno fayi na fongo samana because alko degree le beninje but say this time loi bu ko lori first thing anyanta menkelo wala nyundu ko janatul ba fo ko albe control commission lo la folo you guys need to go and make a study about bankol me alon ko de we dictatorship le benu jeto no before kabin dictatorship be inata degree samana kabin degree samana inside inan de loi ko samana e bodolo loi to ko de nan naka ka loi ko to lo dada woli min experience woli mun ko ya ko le soto wala ko so no nin to la bankol ko so no be nyaadi le but you guys fail to do all those things at the end of it no after Milan be so le mo de kande because so be membe so membe fo e na mo le kande yin ka for reaction so
let me just
No,
you see,
honorable. No, honorable. Sorry,
when you are
honorable. So I am. You come here.
You understand the buba? So problem you want to go. Kabin you ka constitution ndada. Ye menke wala nyundu ko itata banku jamal. Ye banku jamal la
DCRC
system DCRC. Itata CRC itata banku jamal do. They make consultation with lot of countries. Yo banku la pool itaka nyame. But quand for wala nyundu ko. The first thing jani ka CRC for law. It will not studies make as debatable. Yeah, then below five. Then there are some of these bills before you below you can accept follow. You have to do proper consultation. So Nima proper consultation at that time already a CRC law already. Molina kodos penakunto, Molina input and every MP was given right to bring your own phone call. Every MP was given right. It's a mirror movement. Bangudo was given right. Whatever you told, so they should. It will multi-million. They should guide. Those people on some of these laws. And again, there are some of these clauses. There should be consultation. There should be mutual understanding. For example, this term limit you understand it. You can try to consult the person it affected, if I can understand him. So the person it affected, all those things should be the responsibility of you, the MPs. For them to do some of those things. But we won't obey monkey. Sign, you not sign. One thing I can tell you, Buba, right now we are home before Ganja. Yajel Abenyame, at the Fukaya from Abenyame. Yasaman Yame first time. Nia Samano Yama at the son. At the son, I know Abenyame, Nia Samana Yama. Not only him. Not only him. Even it will fall, not only him. Even all others there will also reject him. Abenyame. So sign.
Okay.
The only solution. No, the only solution. I mean, the 50 amendments during the time of Jambi, 50 amendments. Those 50 amendments signed. You will this new Yakatas sign.
What we fail to understand is yes, there were 50 amendments. And those but let's look at the constitution. No, they are good. 50 amendments according to Ako Yewele Bondi. But let's look at the constitution itself. 50 amendments abonde Karala. For constitution on Yimbele Beteata, apart from the 50 amendments. This is the amendments. I got your point. It's okay. Okay, please, 1 minute. Silver, 1 minute.
Keep quiet and listen to me.
Okay,
I'm giving the right to
talk.
Okay, let's so come for Buba. Not last for point of all you to go. Yeah, it go 50 women for them. Not only that 50 on. Look, right now, you make all you to go. Banku Dul, it called Luajawal Milan, it take a 14. Those bad laws. Ye banko don't consult bank o bad laws melbe 1997 kono sign ye be outline ye samana député bun kono ye yolta ye bondi bank na tanda with 1997 because if you bring this one I tell you ya samana kono is not going to go there and it's going to be a waste of money and one thing that I buy all you do akaba go referendum ye men fa to yalla referendum believe in me ning ala mol if you goes to ala dulato dangungu akoy ko ning bugo men kana alkana katro fa be anatole wintaje all those people they voted for him. I call it kind of fair. Bugo Yintida. And likewise another person. So the deputy will make it's a party.
Can I chip in?
I will get back to you.
No, wait.
No,
I don't want this one to escape.
No, you can jot it down. Please, no. Because I'll give you please 1 minute. Because
he is mixing two things.
Okay.
The work of the executive and the work of the National Assembly. That's what you are mixing. The Constitution was owned by the executive. They have the initiative, a new constitution now. They created a constitutional review commission, they came parliament, looked at it and approved it for them. You see, in bringing law, private members bill. That's what we can bring in as National Assembly members. The custodian of that document is from the executive. It all they constitute the Constitutional Review Commission, Yela Malta, they went for a tourist tour. They were the people who were supposed to go and do benchmarking. Wait.
You have a committee.
No, wait, let me
There's a special committee.
Among which day, the Constitution did not reach to a level where it will be committed to a committee. Among which day. So when it comes to benchmarking,
I'm talking about the review commission before I set up the form. Before you set CRC.
Of course, that was an act that Parliament approved for the executive.
Before you approve the act, because you said the executive blocked it, but before you approve it, you refer it to a committee for committee to check how you're going to restructure the CRC.
If you don't listen to me,
Honorable, but I think I will come back to you on that. Fafa, let's go, please. Fafa, let's go.
Okay, Bua. Now, be honorable Lamoy. Andum, they are more check with about. Andum Nalamoy back. Yeah, in the 1997 Constitution, one man in draft one. There's a problem of how man can draft this retroactive law. Or man can that problem be in and directing FM car for it. Because I can't remember that. That 50% men under car 5 men under car 50 car 5. Then the total register vote was 856,701. And this 856,701 signed 453,356 under car 5. That's the 50% of it. One of the kada fight. And that 850 more memfo. You go about 300,000 votes on that one. Me along ko yajan. Menkafo. You go 300,000 register vote be bule menjani la biro. Akam do ta fight. And luwa ta jelo ko nyimanda fight. Yen jan. Yala luwa ta jelo nya. Say that 50% from pour kata karso fight. What wonder the problem? Obita fight la nyadi. Because near GBFM, even 2016, Carro Jella fight. Pesembaro 220 something thousand. Yajam 256, Yajam 200, I don't know. Something. New BJB is 400,000, plus Mama Candidate. Near Amanta 500,000. And Gambia Jan Carti for presidential election, will let turn out cabinet. Yet to the 70%. Say now, Tarako, this 453,000 Tara fight. How many people will not under car for years?
453,000.
453,000. Say no function to sign Kadafa. To have 70% of that.
So you think that near referendum will get 70%?
No, at it up.
No. APRC la vote. Then, or more APRC man divided. That 450 something thousand. I want you to calculate this.
What? Of the, I can remember 50% of that. One of the Qatar fight. Faba file yes, Faba file no, or to all level. But 453,000 and the cafe. 351. One of the Qatar in the Qatar fight. You know, yes or no?
Sorry.
And that 450 something thousand. I give a APRC a jealous on a jealous on in the 212,000 pull. Open the for you will have the 70% now.
So are you telling me?
Stop insulting us. Are you telling me?
I'm talking about 2020. Do you
wait, listen. You go APRC
2020.
Draft letter the National Assembly may reject. APRC, 2016, and after 1997 constitution or after all of APRC bad defend Canada. What do we kill him?
Okay, go ahead.
Lua man can walk at that symbol. UDP, this is their problem. A poor book a symbol, I let you symbol will find you problem on that Bangkok because you because never men folk. Yalon poor, ni be bidi ba for ndebe la moy kan. Yalon te bili nundo. Anta mo mela ngara king FM nyina mo ndela point. Because we not understand for 50% should go out and vote either yes or no. We have a problem now. Because APRC can make from one government for 300,000. In that 800,000, you go Ojani. And the more people can the carry. So saying this 453,000, more than 70%. Then UDP divided. UDP divided and be all. Don't be Barrow, don't be Usain. And UDP died in for that constitution prior time.
asa keno ni honorable mo sembo so da kada nyam na dankungu ka fo ko ala fa no wa bala fa yes fam amache ko momo be afa o be na ko e be le kambe no amo paso because the problem is many falantara this constitutional review commission will fail because he ka ko do loi do le be jar ka fo ko mo le son do ma le son if on le son da yakeje ini moment do ko ruwa because ani o mare state was me alon ka dia mo sia nu uje ban le sia ro kon loi te tambino le loi kuto pour aider da banko mo le be tara kambendi mo le be tara kambendi ne sirfo pour aider tabe because nyi ko fa nyame ya guide nyame o may ya safe guide nyame akole atale ni mo man tara the same voice pour aider tamba akole ala de let me tell you this ani sainte ni dibito le afo dibito ya tamindi fa ya jibi wallahi be campaign o kelala ni mo man tara kankili pour aider tamba akole ala bakel because jam political mo ka understand nyame ela party leader poten ede nanta bulala woldo. First of all, the men kante I love that. Another consultation or kili yedi am party leader li woli son. Ni loi tambida manchoko ay mo hey bi na e febo askeno sama te febo la. Ya je me loi dol dada. Bila e dada e febo la nunde. Bel bila ta nya fa febo. Mona na Supreme Court ni that in Supreme Court Joy Sol bukataraji. Abuka son ne keleji. Bal bi that election la boy da fama sule. Asule tele bala me sodo loi bole nyama ya je UDP Solomon problème be na nyame loi buka ke bi na e febo abeta re febo la 400 years no abe funa do la do be problem la de. This is what we have to understand and nim manyinke even this time limit fenkulu na relation this retroactive me ala alka nyo sama de ka o men for and is on that President Barrow ana lo da 2026 all be kala last time. Then you want to kill last time. And after your door bondi, you should have man. But if I did a say I'm 15 years. But say now win the let's say 2026 I win the. Let me come. Still constitution of a please constitution of a symbol deal. I know 2031. I am going to benefit short on it. I'll come on your Saba. I'll come on your Saba. In your Sabo, my word fenala. I told them more banco do come problem. I told UDP NP many alebe that fit legislature. You told them doing problem. I don't know what I meant for it. No, it's accusation. I withdraw that one, Solomon. It was supported by them. Solomon. It was only Solomon. Tonto, even Komani Amadi, they will reject it. Yes, why? No, tell me Amana because constitution of the Usain Febo no Ladulabi. Let me come. At a Febo no, Anna Febo Biaka Memfote, Sinin Sama. Albela na kache ya je me ko dol bulaje aba febo kana bila jamfara ala ko review emenda Solomon hey constitutional review commission wala fail it will fail comme MC kanyi membe frente fananda mayala Halifa Salala o bili nu donte I was in for it amendment do se keno to nyala amendment si hada bakel but say not keno no the keno la say the moment that any referendum or entela for NPP APRC, GDC, UDP, political party même bébé bankunka, GMC, my Fatou yete no me ni si, it be the same voice. Wallahi ni be the same voice. That cause yes or no, we can have more than 80% member file yes. But now man God, even 1997, I did bedroom, more than be a feeling they don't understand. Don't have a yes, they don't understand. You don't know that. They don't understand because ya je manually mo do feeling the poor nyungo na mo be manta ni your constitutional jibe nyimbangunga mo je la review maybe it's even less than 10% or 20%. No time bo Jammeh was welcome by Gambians. Mo je no for review this drafted one na la ka. Mo dole bo mo be diam canadron because ibe nyola football ta because bi ni na la askele da sirfo le diam no be ñu nawal bala malon ko ita fa ba o manke tala bo malon ko ita fa ba mislead ka. Imagine the Kavako. That is an example of that is you not open that before the Malo voice and enter close. Imagine Malo say, Honorable to Senia. And with Jaman Jamalobo constitution. The only thing still for prove time in day when we have new constitution, this term limit, then I'm okay with it. You understand? This drafted one, Natambida, and not be. I will vote for yes, prior time. But I don't own a you still for cafe yes by force. This is what we have to understand. You can convince me. Yes, I can do. It's happening yes in the next minute tackle. You understand? See, for me, I don't know. Thank you so much. But this one, this one, you know now we have a new register vote. Imagine saying that 300,000 is out of it.
Abeje answer.
Ani what is
Mojele kana. Mojele kana wo dibi.
Ti pabula abo ne ngata boy. Ngata ñu
That 300,000 e men jab biro do beje.
Abeje answer.
Okay. Now we talk here. So by the side, when these political parties now they have one voice, putting in do time easy. I can tell you that. Pura time but now they mantar kankili. Still for wallahi intelligent for unable men for be kill another race of not 200 million, 300 million plus. Me along come be that country for la betinya and therefore. I mean I see that we blame each other.
Okay, thank you.
Before that MCM for in for it. Now bad roads should be done. Okay. Let's try to amend it. Now be the referendum all.
Okay.
All the political parties, if they find the Yafola Moleko, vote for yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Nene draft constitution bill nekadi yeah. Draft constitution bill nekadi watane. Honorable mom since 2011 municipal parliament bi amna experience and everything. Bokon na si ñoo xamne reject kon nañ ko buñ ko isé waye mu ne su ñëwaaté tamit daf ko reject because mu ne amna on reason mu ne su ñëwaaté daf ko reject lu melni suñ fa ceñu dara no mo la wala ko ja no that's what you said,
you
right?
See, that is very clear. You
yes,
see, you
cannot
be
I'll come to you, honorable. I'll come.
It came and I rejected it for a reason. If you bring it the same reason,
and you are going to reject
what do you expect me to do?
Honorable,
yes, Nene, what is your reaction about the draft constitution?
So ask your question again.
What is your reaction about this draft constitution? Swingo isiwate is a parliament mune na reject. And then it seems like a lot of these people might reject it because we have 5 National Assembly members, APRC. We have NPP and their coalition. They're going to reject it again. So
NPP.
No, come on. He's part of the
Honorable can have Tafonola.
Okay, fine. Nene, about the draft constitution, learn more honest opinion about the draft constitution.
My take on the draft constitution has not changed. But first of all, I just want to say good evening to the viewers and everybody, and glad to be back once more. There was a little hitch, that's why I had to appear on stage a little bit late. I wish that can be sorted and we communicate better going forward. So, and welcome, good to have you for the first time sitting on a platform with you. It's a pleasure. I hope the exchanges will be pleasant and educative and value adding as well. Now, to your question, I've always said, I think the draft constitution, it was introduced in a rush. It was not timely because at the time, emotions were really high. People were so ambitious. It was not thought out well. People had not settled, and it was put forward. There was not a proper study and analysis done as to how, when, where, and who. And as such, we had gone through the whole process of the consultation, of course, from the act being passed,
all of
and the consultations being done to the level of bringing it to the assembly to pass it, of course, with the hopes that it was going to go to referendum, which failed. And now, to piggyback on that, where we are, I believe the commission were patriotic Gambians, competent to the core, who knew what they were doing because they've done it over and over and over. And I thought they meant well. So I am not going to blame the commissioners one bit on anything that they've done because I believe there was nothing that they did from their own point. If that was the case, they wouldn't have consulted anybody. They would just sit in a room and pour their hearts and their minds on a document and present it, case closed. At the end of the day, it's a contract, they were going to be paid salary. Now, they consulted the people far and wide to the extent of going to the diaspora, wherever, they could have gone to consult the people. They did that. And people have said what they thought, what they feel, what they were yearning for, right? And that was put in a document. But let me remind the viewers that I don't think everybody expected that. I wrote a position paper. And if I should go word for word in my position paper, I have not seen it in the draft constitution. But I have seen other people presented opinion papers that looked like what I wanted or similar to what I was trying to present that was there, and I settled for it. That's what constitution building is. We cannot all say, I presented a draft paper, I did not see it in the document, so therefore I'm going to vote no. I'm not going to support it. Because that is what a lot I've been hearing, and that is a lot that I've seen. Now, fast forward, taking it to the assembly, I believe strongly and unapologetically the draft constitution failed to pass because greed, because of self-centeredness, and because of emotions. And now, just to pick on one major thing, the retroactive thing. It was taken first before it was presented to the parliament, when it was presented to cabinet. Pim borom lame ñu reyi ni naka lañ ko xatee teen borom lame ñu mel ni kanja xaaruñ sax ñu jox leen the go ahead ñu génn ku ci nekk di wax lu la neex. And already preempting, they have manipulated a lot of minds. They have polluted a lot of opinions. Bingene bala affaire bi ega assembly bi sax to tell them, okay, you know what, this doesn't favor us. Who is us? I ask myself, who is us? Now you tell people this draft constitution is a witch hunt to the president. Now you have a staunch supporter of the president like the one sitting on my right thinking, oh, I love the president. If anything doesn't serve the interest of the president, I'm not going to support it. A lot of them, that's how they were thinking. Everything else did not matter to them but to see that, oh, the president, this thing is saying the president cannot serve another term or whatever, so I'm not going to serve because I love the president. No, I think that was really myopic thinking in my own opinion. So we didn't give it a chance. There's so many good things in that draft constitution. Now, I mean, having to go back to talk about should we have even drafted a new constitution is a non-starter because it has been done, the act has been passed, we've done the drafting, the money has been spent. So why cry up over should we have done it or not? You know, those debates were done a long time ago. So now that has been done, it is. So we now need to really advocate for why it should go through or not go through. And the understanding and the compromises, everybody should understand. It's, you know, a building process. It's a work in progress. You pass it. And then the way Yaya Jammeh butchered the constitution in my Sidi Ajata, Honorable Sidi Ajata voice or terms, is the same way you guys, you know, people should say that, okay, this we've put it in the constitution, a clause. But in hindsight, it's not value added. It doesn't serve the interest of the citizenry or the populace. Then an advocacy can be done around it to present it and see that it can be changed or whatever. Of course, not the entrenched clauses. And now we talk about entrenched clauses so many times. From the time the constitution was drafted, the initial time, were all those clauses entrenched? Absolutely not. Okay, Yaya Jammeh did so many entrenched clauses. How did he do it? We need to also look at it. Was the process right? If the process right, why do we have to bang on it and hold it like an entrenched clause when it was not done in conformity with procedures and processes and legality? So now there's also two things here. There's the question of legality. There's a question of morality. As Gambians, as cultured people, as traditional people, I feel it's dishonesty to the core that when it suits them, we talk about legality, legality, legality. But in the other side, when the legality does not work in their favor, we talk about, oh, you know, we shouldn't look about the legality. Let's look about morality because we are traditional people, we are cultured, we are local, we are Africans. Which is which? We just have to settle for one. Or we understand that there are certain things that requires legality, there are certain things that require morality. That's what we need to really take. So for man, point blank period, I've said it, I will say it, and I will say it again. I really want a new constitution, right? Either way, whether we reintroduce this one, if it's not going to cost us, because it's our money, if it's not going to cost us the same amount of money that we have already put in the bin, because that money has gone in the trash. If it's not going to cost us that, let's reintroduce it. But if it's going to cost us another huge amount of money, I would say let's bring the 1997 Constitution and see the things that really does not serve our people, the things that we felt the IJM put in there that really was there to entrench him, to serve him, to empower him, to embolden him, to give him more power. Let's remove it and make sure power goes back to the people, not to a certain individual or a group of people. That's all we need to do. At the end of the day, if we put the greed aside, the myopic-mindedness, the lack of competence, the self-centeredness, if we put all those aside and look at interests of the Gambian people, the vulnerable people, the poor people out there in the provinces, some of them are in Kiang, you know, and say that, okay, we need to advocate for their lives and livelihood to be better, right? Kiang has a lot of bad roots.
Okay, thank you.
That's what we need to do. Then we bring it. But aside from that, I don't see it happening. I mean, he has his own reason to say, well, he has not highlighted the reason, but he say he rejected it based on, you know,
he highlighted his reasons.
Okay, I missed that. But whatever the reasons are, I think it should go beyond personal reasons too. For example, one major thing, the Christians were crying, that's secularism in the Constitution. I differed with a lot of it. I want it to be there. But my position is, if it's not there, right, and if that's the only thing that will make it fail, I would rather vote for it, and going forward we'll see how we'll come together and make it better. And for us to see ourselves protected as we are demanding. I will not hang on a secularism clause and vote it out, because there's so many other things that serves my interest, that serves the interest of the nation and the citizenry aside from that. I mean, as an individual, I get a lot of personal attacks. I get a lot of threats. I get a lot of so many things, but I am able to maneuver and manage it. It's not making me lack sleep. It's not making me not eat and drink. So why would I be crying over that when it's not life-threatening or it's not making me lack sleep? So this is the kind of concept that individuals need to have when it comes to this Constitution and everything else that is in there. So personally say, I have my personalism, I'm going to vote it. And I will tell everybody else that believes in me, don't vote for it because I did. Maybe the people you are even advocating for or asking not to vote for it, their reasons does not even align with your own reason, but they believe in you, they feel that you are their representative, they also vote it out. And you deprive them of other things that would have been favorable or value adding to them. So I think we need a conversation. We need to rethink deep and hard and really set emotions aside. And of course, the key thing, partisanship, because this was also divided, brought to a level of party. Party binyo opale, party binyo opale, party binyo neli, party binyo neli. It does not have to do with the interests of the people.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honorable, we're going to discuss about other things, but first, do you want to respond to anything?
Well, I just wanted to make a clarification. First on what Sifo was saying, because it seemed that he couldn't understand what is the role of the National Assembly when it comes to legislation. There are certain bills, it's not owned by the Assembly. It is owned by the executive. It is the executive that brings it. We introduced two ways a bill to Parliament, private members bill and executive bill. So the Constitution was actually an executive bill. For us, it's after when we deliberate, when the executive bring their own, we looked at it, area where we feel we can amend, then we amend, or we commit it to a committee level. To a committee. You see, during the review, the passage of the Constitutional Review Commission, we were using the old standing orders. Then we don't set these committees. It's after when we review. After when we review the standing order, then we have all these committees. Because if you could remember in Jammeh's time, a bill will be introduced today, debated today, passed today. It's when we amended the new standing order. You have to come first reading, second reading, third reading.
There's normal procedure.
That is the normal procedure. This was why many bills that once deal with pass in Jammeh's time, they frequently come to Parliament for amendment, because a thorough scrutiny was never actually done in those days. Because a law, these are written by technicians. It is technical language. If we bring it to an ordinary National Assembly member, you ask him to act it on it the same day, and pass it the same day. It is going to be a problem. during the creation of the Constitutional Review Commission, then we did not amend our standing order. We did the same process to pass it. We debated on it. I think the same day, and then we passed it.
Okay.
But after 1 year, then that was
we have a very limited time, so we move to another thing. Honorable, Yemunelong National Assembly ni motol call milbe diamaka. They must talk about now.
Well, is another kukuma kudol me alonko bi Gambia bele ba diamula. And me being in the National Assembly from Jammeh's time in 2014 when I came, you will understand in those legislatures it was only the leadership that was given a vehicle. And then people like me, I was a leader, but I was given an old pickup even if I want to go to my constituency, I have a problem of going. And then after that, a change of government happened. After the change. But
your office, office as minority leader.
Yes.
Then,
in those days.
That was the pickup you made.
Yeah. Even in Jammeh's time, the minority leader is given a vehicle. That is, it was only limited to the two leaders, the majority and the minority. Yeah. So when a change of government happened, we all remember the issue of the pickup. I was part of the National Assembly Authority then, who met the president to make sure that, because we feel if we have three arms of government, that is the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, and if in a proper democratic setup, that out of these three arms, none of them is more important than the National Assembly, because whatever they need, they will come. And then we are representing the whole country. That's what constitutes the National Assembly.
Yeah, Honorable, what do you know about the vehicles?
No, I will come there.
I want you to come
excuse me, I must do what our veterans normally do. Majanko, I must build the foundation. You must allow me to build something.
My uncle.
Yes. I must build the foundation. I must start from a process, because I'm talking from experience from 2011 when I came to Parliament. I know the difficulty I found.
Yes, go ahead.
To get to my constituency, and then I can say I am one of the people that advocate the National Assembly members should have vehicles. They should be mobile, definitely. I am part of it. And then when it comes to benchmarking, especially on this vehicle, I was part of that team also, to go to Ghana or some countries or make some research on other countries, how it is done in their countries. I'm part of it. So, meaning I can give you a little clue about the vehicle. So when we, in 2016, 2017, when we came, we go and approach the president, because at that time, budget is being passed. That was the only thing to meet the head of state. We see how possible members of parliament can be facilitated about vehicle. And we base it again, not only how people perceive it, we base it on a policy. So when we were giving those people, there was a lot of outcry. The outcry was not us getting the vehicle, but how they get the vehicle. That was the talk of the town. We said, no, now we have to avoid this, because we have an institution that is so important. How do we avoid it? Let's design a scheme. And when we designed the scheme, we went to Ghana for a study to how they do it. We even made a research up to how Southern Africa, how they do it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, kabri waketa, ntol ntata Ghana ngajibe. Itol ta, nyal winter election all along, you are given 80,000 USD. Out of this 80,000 USD.
That is Ghana?
That's Ghana.
Okay.
80,000 USD. This 80,000 USD, government will pay 50%. Then NAMS will pay 50%. Then the scheme was developed. We say, okay, since we found in all other parliaments, there is nowhere we found, okay, government will buy National Assembly vehicle and on a whole price without contribution. Then we said, okay, since we make our research and found how it happened in other countries, you either contribute 25% or 50%, let's develop a scheme. So this was the scheme that was developed. We came in. Then the National Assembly again it's an independent institution. It is now autonomous. We all know that. There is a National Assembly Service Act that leads the National Assembly to be an autonomous institution, where in a situation, if donors, it can encourage donors, to work with the National Assembly, and then we have seen it. So then a policy was designed, and it was agreed now. The only thing where we can do it, it is not possible every legislature, government buy vehicle for the National Assembly. It's not sustainable. Because every legislature, you have 58 NAMs coming. So if government is buying a vehicle as they do with the executive and the judiciary, it's not sustainable. But we can now design a scheme. This is why I have been deducted from my salary since I came to Parliament in 2021, 2022, until few days back when the vehicle arrived. They are deducting me 22,200.
That is your car allowance.
Yes.
That is not this. That is not the basic salary.
No, whatever it is a total emolument package for the NAM.
Yes.
Yes, and then
not your salary.
The scheme is designed based on that. This is why you are taking that allowance now to get a vehicle, and then have a driver if the need arises. So for us,
Can you go back on the amount? 22,000. How much?
I think $180 is for every month.
22,180.
180, something like that. Because the agreement is 50-50. So if you calculate that amount, is going to sum up to $22,180. Okay. And if we agree, now if this is properly managed, every legislature, if you come immediately, you find the scheme alive. It will just continue like that. You will have your vehicle. And the justification is, imagine now, the member for Wunli in Basse. If you are representing, we represent these people, we speak for these people, and then sure, not all, but there are certain things, the people that you represent, and you speak for them, you must sometimes get their opinion. How do you do that? You must go to your constituency. Others are saying they can enter commercial vehicle. Commercial vehicle can only take you until where you are supposed to drop, and then drop. The rest going in and out of the constituency.
But people are not even debating whether you should have these vehicles.
Yes, no.
What people are saying is the vehicles are expensive.
Yes, yeah,
that is the debate.
Yes, yes. Even that one.
The question is where it's not.
Okay, let me come. We got a pickup last legislature. We know how much we suffer. It's better you buy a standard car that can last you for 5 years, without hindering your job.
You mean those pickups were not standard?
Do you know one injector of those pickups? If it got a problem, you can't get it other than $25,000.
What about these vehicles?
No, well, this one.
So this is the problem, Honorable.
No, excuse me, let me come.
So you just know the previous one.
But we already lost a lesson. Yeah. This is why I told the Prado, we see all these projects, all the government institutions are using them, and they are doable. And honestly, my constituency is about 200 kilometers away, and it is off the road. If you develop a scheme to a level you're going to buy a vehicle, definitely for us, we believe we paid 1.5. 1.2
million.
$1.2 million. That is coming from an.
So do you think 1.2 million what a motor dinner later means Samba no dankun ko enat?
Well, I actually cannot determine that because I don't how to call it.
Well, you have been a National Assembly member since 2011.
Yes, I have been a National
Assembly. And you've been driving vehicles.
When I came in,
so I was 1.2 million Fatou moto dinero means samano dankun.
That's what I'm trying to ascertain.
You can answer that.
I use a vehicle, a brand new pickup that I feel it is not up to 1.5, but it might be closer to that. And then I have seen the burden that it gives me. I have seen the burden that it gives to other members. What we spend on those people is almost an amount. I can even give you a good second-hand vehicle with those new people. We suffer a lot on those new vehicles.
And you think this one will not cost that?
No, of course.
That's what you think.
Why when we designed this thing, we said, let us now look for a durable car that can take you for 5 years, at least, even when you are servicing. If you must only be changing the fuel, how to call the oil, the filter, so on and so forth. So for us, and then because anything that we do benchmarking. We did not only just when we went to Ghana, we see the amount of vehicle, the caliber of vehicle they are using. They are using V8. But no, we can't go for those things. We went for Ghana for benchmarking, but we know our economic status is different.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
No, yes.
This is why you are comparing yourself to very, very.
Yes, exactly. But if you are benchmarking too,
maybe somehow their economy is somehow.
If you are benchmarking too, you will not go to a country that you are better off.
No, but at least you can go to a country.
If you are benchmarking, you have to go to a benchmark to a country that you know it have the standard, it have everything. Then if you come back. Now you can measure yourself, and this is what was done when we find them using V8. But when we came, we measured our economic standard, and say, okay, since they are paying 50, we are not requesting for cash. For them, you have to give cash, but to make sure that the vehicle are controlled, and government, the assembly, that is the government, is paying a significant amount equal to you to make sure that the vehicle are controlled. In their own case, you have to be given the cash. You go and buy what you want. But looking at our economic status, we know if you request for the cash, it might be a problem. Then we design a scheme. And this thing, all this money is not paid at one lump sum. No, we are paying it for a period of 5 years with save out. It's not only it is not paid for a lump sum. You carry the old 200 million.
Whether you are paying it for even 10 years, but the money will be given to them.
Yeah, of course, the money will be given to them.
Money.
But meaning we have followed a process that we feel, looking at our economic status, because that's what people are commenting on. After we look all these things, we measure our standard. That's 2.5 million.
You think that the Gambian standard, you people should drive 2.5 million cars?
Sure, the ministers who are driving 2.5.
No, all of us are saying, all of us. I'm not comparing yourself with others. I am asking you now.
No,
with the Gambian standard,
yes.
Do you think is normal?
Of course, for me, I believe today what the Gambian people could have do, they said, okay, since the National Assembly can sacrifice this amount, let the judiciary.
You are not sacrificing. You are taking someone's money. Also.
No. It's not. It's someone's money because those people they elected me. If not, they would not elect.
That's why you have to use their money and buy 2.5 million car because they elected you.
But you have to listen to me.
I am listening very carefully.
I'm not saying that. But they did it for me to work with them. They did it for them to pay me. They are paying me. But again, they do it to make sure that I can get to them.
But they did not tell you able to buy 2.5 million to get to them. 2.5 million cars, they did not tell you that.
In
Yamina Dankungu, most of them are farmers.
They are farmers.
And life is very difficult there.
If that could be the case,
but you are now going to drive 2.5 million.
Number one, they would not even have paid for me. They elected me to represent them. They elected me, and then I am accountable to them. If I don't go there 5 years, the next 5 years, what they will tell me, hey, the
Yeah, but you have other cars.
No. Other cars, where are they?
You cannot buy a car for 1 million.
What will be the caliber of that car?
Not the caliber. It's a car that should take you to Dankungkwan.
But I have even tell you that we pick from an experience. We were getting a vehicle that sometimes he knows. I was having 2 vehicles, being a leader. I have having an official vehicle and my pickup. He is my immediate neighbor. He know how that pickup, how I manage with that pickup. So maybe you want us to maintain those pickups?
I don't want you. I'm asking you whether you are going to drive 2.5 million when your people are suffering in Yamina.
2.5 million. Maybe, you see, 2.5 million for me to serve my constituency positively and the way I want to do it. For me, 2.5 million, to my opinion, is fine. I'm not saying other because this.
Okay, let me get this because there is no time. You are going to take the car. Are you going to take the car?
At the end of the 5 years.
You are going to take it?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's how it happened.
Okay, all right, thank you. The MC Lamwe is
okay.
Okay. No. Okay, if you want to go first, you can go. Go ahead.
Okay, so thank you, Buba. First of all, you know, the concept that you all have, the National Assembly members, is you're putting your money, you're paying half, the government is paying half. I think the misconception here and the misinformation starts there. I don't know whether you all don't understand or the people processing it has not enlightened you enough, and thus you're giving the populace that information. But we are aware that you're paid transport allowance right now because they have not allocated your car. Right? Transport allowance. You paid transport allowance. And you as the minority leader, right? Yeah. And then there's a majority leader.
No, before.
No, okay, yeah. Then you were. Yes, and by then you were allocated a car.
2 times as
exactly. You were allocated a car. And the speaker, deputy speaker, minority, majority. So I want to believe that the 4 of you will not be given transport allowance. Or you were still given transport allowance?
No, when it comes to this vehicle, it's a scheme.
No, not this particular one. This particular one involves everybody. But prior to this vehicle, let's say prior to the pickups, first you were given pickups. Then this one, you're given a different car. I'm just trying to build a foundation here. But then before the pickups, it was only the 4 people that were getting vehicle allocation. And everybody else was given transport allowance attached to their salary given every month. So now my question is, the 4 that are given the vehicle, I want to assume that you were not given transport allowance because you have a vehicle.
That is before?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
You were given or you were not given?
Transport allowance.
I was having it. A fuel.
A fuel.
Yeah. Or a fuel. Yeah. So it was called fuel allowance, not transport allowance. Okay, fine. So now the people that don't have the car are given transport allowance until when you were given the pickups.
Yeah.
So when you were given the pickup, did that transport allowance stop or it was still there?
No, you see, if you look at the National Assembly, the way it goes, you see, if you got a car, you must get a fuel.
From who? From who?
From the institution.
So is it part of it? Is it paid with your salary or it's separately given?
No, it's paid. It's paid in a lump sum. All our allowance, transport allowance, everything is paid in a lump sum.
So there is transport allowance, there is fuel allowance.
No, both the transport allowance. If we combine it, we add them together to make one allowance. And this is the allowance that we are using to pay some part of the vehicle. Are you getting me? All the allowance is combined.
Okay, I understand.
And called transport allowance.
Now it is called basic car allowance.
Basic car allowance.
Yes.
Okay, basic car allowance. So now, what I want us to establish that this notion of we are paying 50% and the government is paying 50%. I am disagreeing to deferring to say the government, our taxpayers, is giving you guys cars because the 50% is directly from the government, and this other 50% is still from the government that was allocated to you all as transport allowance. Now, instead of giving to you as cash into your salary, it's being taken away and put into this transport, in this car, right? It's still like we are buying you a car. At the end of your term, whether you run for the election or you don't run for the election, you win or lose, you still own the car. And if you come back, a new scheme will be in place where new cars are going to be distributed again, allocated, and you still get another car. I feel, honestly, it's unfair to us, the taxpayers. Well, but now, aside that, because that is established, because initially, I and many others have thought that it's from your basic salary. Like when you work somewhere, you take a loan, right? And they deduct you from source, from your salary. If your take home was like 50,000 and you're paying a loan of, let's say, 20,000, then your take home will be 30,000. Then you claim, I pay it from my salary, I own it, I contribute. But in this case, you all are not contributing anything. It is allocated to you if we go by what the payment and the deductions are. But another thing I've realized here is, every now that you ask, okay, some of them cannot even tell you the exact price of the car. A lot of people are speculating by going by the book value online and checking and look at what the car is costing. And the prices vary depending on where you're buying it, depending on the year, depending on the specification of the car. And I want to believe that you yourself that are going to be taking the car, most of you are not even fully you don't fully even know the specifications of the car that you are being allocated, even though you claim that you're paying 50%. I worry. If I'm contributing even a 10% of anything, my own heart and money, I need to be part of the process. Know who, how. Another question, who is supplying the car? Who is buying it? What's the process? Was it a bidding process? Was it an open bid? Was it just allocated, given to somebody to order it and then supply it to the National Assembly? I think you owe us to tell us. Because even if, let's say, with the notion you believe that you are paying 50%, we are paying the other 50%, we need to know where our money is going and how is it being spent. That's called transparency. And the least National Assembly members are expected to do is to be accountable, to be transparent, and to be consultative. In this particular thing, I believe that has not happened, even though you're using our money. Again, going back to the 50-something trucks, it was given. Until today, we're still speculating, we don't know who gave the pickup. Yes, it's okay to go and plead to the president because a budget was already passed. You cannot include it in the budget. You talk to the president. He has the money. He has the connections to say, okay, hey, Fafa, suma wainga, suma guidance sohla dimbalema, and Fafa brings it. But you all should have demanded that be transparent and people know where it's coming from, because we don't want any conflict of interest. And that's what's the problem. Not that you should have a car or you should not have a car. Again, 2.5, let's say, going by what you guys are saying, 2.5. Most of you have never driven a car until you came to the National Assembly. Not you, because you've been there so many years. Maybe now you drive, I don't know. Then you have a driver.
Well, that would be an allegation. We just put it in a way because many of them came.
But some didn't have.
Hold on. I'm not saying anything here.
Even this sixth legislature, there are people who
did not. That's the honest truth. They've never had a car of their own. They've never even driven. Even the last one, the pickup that we're giving, 2-3 weeks, some of them had accidents because they felt they don't have money to pay drivers. They wanted to drive on their own. They were in a haste to land drive. Even Fafa has taught several people how to drive, and they failed. That's why they had accidents. So, I mean, those cars were spoiled because it was not their car. They did not fix it. Some of them, until now, they've not even painted where the accident happened because it's not their car and nobody was following through. So my concern again is a car worth that much is being given to you all when you don't know the value, when you don't have the capacity to maintain it, and how many of you has a shaded garage to park those cars? Not many of you. And it's taxpayers' money. We need to really be sympathetic to the people that had trust in us, elected us, and put us there to protect their resources and manage it. I think that's what we need to do, and that's what I have to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. No, but Tarek, boy. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. No. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, can I comment?
No, you will come. You will come.
Maybe wait, then you put everything together and respond. Yeah.
Fava ngata time will bandale. Fava time will bandale ngata boy.
MC. I don't you borrow.
No. Imalla fi ka for honorable nyal. Kuni no, let me not say. Last week we me foja. Please, abela moy kan.
No, what legi?
Abela moy kan. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Last week na me foja. The same thing. But being that swokon. No, we will catch it. You understand? Because the problem.
Yellow mindful.
No problem with damage.
Yellow mindful.
Gentlemen, you have no problem with that. 2.5 only. Obama got no problem. No problem with damage. After this one,
another one that's
another one. Come.
You don't have any problem with the price of 2.5.
2.5. You don't have to these allowances, these basic allowances, malam fo moto da malam fo ye allowance be de fen kenyo ka yalla nunto mo namna moto da mal is 22,000 te wala mira ko wala sam na itan dal ko man so kundal be pokiska no la fana bro da you understand and no because na me mo shuaibulan shuaibu to yalla afolo ko
Fafa, and that's the case because I've done a lot of consultations and got documentation. That's the case.
You know this shuaibu ye men for King FM wala nyindiko na tare bala that 1.2 million that is deal ni ba deal ala no abida moto wala sanna ay nyina nyin dola but I mean for wala ta di no la because of the policy
You cannot get the money.
yeah I wala fa ko it how di no la wala sab
Go to the point. Okay, go to the point now.
but ni na hajibe this 2.5 me ala ya sangale sign yes all you guys are honorable you sangale the other 2027 imu na nje kote they have to buy another new vehicle for you. And the way the generation is going, in the near future, Parado one day. It's a Parado san no dividend. Yeah, because more than no minister from minister coming born these pajeros. But say it all no minister, and it was no dividend for. Imagine say you guys go for Parado. Or do it on V8. Yala mantano V8. But need that nyato. Do you need policy mambo? Nyato maybe 5 kilos for a time or for a time or they will go for V8. Because it's far more expensive than this 2.5.
Well,
so this policy to me, one of the king like ni no man king. Although I be calling because nyato I be call problem. Nde masakunda betra moto sana dibitole bro. Ebe moto dibite do jala. Let's say menta nyato time limit short maybe at time no dibito terminal moto fla. Kuno MCA for jana. Ni dara Senegal ni kera dibito do bro. E ke samba dibidol be kata
resident
yes e be kata dula kili ya no sa man sekunda yalo to nyalo di mo akata nyame nalo noko ali nyi menkete nyato dibidol a sikeno e ba fala e lafta katara di same course iso bidol be du man sekunda e ha so nyimbe ngol fo enkane nim policy na ta kele nyame ni dibidol ni moto di te la sija kili ni lo imu kana koten no moto bebul
okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's my point.
Thank you.
But
if you were there, they give you the vehicle, you will take it.
No, they are not paying for the change.
Small wahi
last week.
Mom la epita legi. Man wahuma ne député waru am moto. Man support nañ am moto. Because dafa yombal seen liggéey because tem nga nekk député ngay taxaw si mbéere bi di ñaan liif loolu dafa ñaaw man foog naa ne député yi war nañ am moto man fu ma problème mooy si affaire yi price bi because lu ëpp si député yi si kaw bi la gaa jógee ndox bu set sax pour ñu am ko seen constituency bi problème la ambulance problème la fa
yoon moto yi di daw
waaw police pour ñu am moto pour patrol sax police problème la si réew mi so foog naa ne député yi war nañ mën a xoolaat seen police boobu ñoom ñoo ko toog ñoo ko décidé ñoo waxtaan seen biir ñu xool di économique hardship dëkk bi fu mu toll right now fu mu nekk nii ñoom dañu represent people nekku ne leen appoint comme lay di ministre of permanent secretaries ñooñu dañ leen appoint by di président wala ñii dañ leen elect dafa am gars yi dem si askan bi wax leen ne jox leen ma seen carte yi ma represent the interest of the constituency ak réew mi mooy lu yóbbu réew mi si kanam wala foog naa ne ñoom lu war a def mooy man fu ma problème tam maa ngi am lu ma xelaat mooy comme léegi par exemple honorable mu ngi saaf 5 years bi si pare moto yi moo ko moom so su ñëwaatee beneen 5 years tam beneen moto bi es la mu amaat so si yàggee këram yi moto la mu nekk
te moom dafa yàgg enjoy mu ngi nekkoon ñaata mu ngi nekkoon minority leader te so moom yàgg na am moto moom honorable I want us to have a conversation please I need a car and I'm sure you can hook me
lu ma wax waaw man fana suma waxi last week bi loolu laay waxaat rek man nangu naa ñu am moto but amaan bi mooy suma problème
amaan bi should be reduced Sirfo
waaye suñ la ko joxee di nga ko jël
non man lu ma wax mooy comme
loolu lañ ko wax last week de
comme exemple comme li xew Sénégal xam nga ñoom waa man
yes or no di nga ko jël
lu ma wax mooy non
loolu nga fi wax last week
based on the condition comme lu xew waaw lu la wax lu xew Sénégal man eloon xam nga ñoom daf ñuy sauver in Ghana MP ñoom Ghana gay dem
to the point you see aje ko kacha abena batel aje bi ne honorable la kacha ne fe na finance la kacha ko
yo mun siray
wala ñu ko ako itara story tolal itara Ghana ako Ghana ni winde drums ako ka $80,000 dealer ya fe ta mo sa $80,000
is it dollars or they are
dollars
dollars only it's not only for buying a car it's a form of a package
it can mean dealer so wokono
to go and reform yourself so that you can look honorable
you'll give it all you must feel I believe the Ghana law scheme, that scheme in Ghana, Gambia from the Kamulata. Because do you know why? BB la thing. 250,000 sorry 2.5 million. Ya di député la B. E kay ko pri fana ye fang fengenyina, e fana ye fanda danyina, and then yela record danyina. Idam député me alon ko you care about your people. Billahi. That 2.5 million kono. Ise modo kendo so do modo me alon ka be sapla for 5 years and do wokodo kono ila mol million ko they have certain needs. Sulo bela sulo me alon ko sulo tarimbal muti. Ise ma ko no kelo sulo ta ke to moto. So nyata men kala wolo nyutu ko. Ghana law process ni Ghana law silo ni as far as obeje Gambian ko nyata nyapla nyul kande yela moto ti because yes Gambian ko
I don't believe that will work here. I don't believe that's going to work here. Because we don't have the systems for the check and balances, for the accountability. We don't have it.
So na problem will yes story kele la story to you was very good but nyanta menkela wala ñu ko kabiri aje go Ghana ka kodo di anu Ghana ka kodo mindi ka package le di la fo yidi de mari ñi ye fam setol ñami yela liga sit da ñami ise mu do soto no ko le ise bu mu soto no whatever you understand if you control what there is no accountability on that so sa buwa one thing never je na mu no ko ka ko government na policy of the Mboka motor sang below 2.5 million do you know why because government no motolo e ka will audit le it a deputy wala moto who is there to audit your vehicle at the end of the 5 years at the end of the 5 years it time so deputy will yem fail wala to ni moto ni they have right to take the car nyanta ka moto sodole but the moto yimen sang moto le me alon ko Gambia man nyana ka moto sang ko in
fact I just want to help
take this vehicle. So you draft constitution on you know baby one voice no nata and partisan bondi and bankwaje.
Yeah, that's true because there is no partisan.
There's no partisan there.
There is no partisan in this vehicle. So, they are all agreed in one voice.
All UDP, NDP, NRP. If they have that,
it's true.
The draft constitution will be passed.
When it comes to auditing,
Honorable, please briefly, time Frank.
internal auditors, as every institution in the Gambia, stationed at the National Assembly.
Okay.
You know, we have what we call constituency development
funds.
Not long ago, they went to each constituency to make sure that the National Assembly, what you requested in your constituency, it is in place, it's there.
That's right.
And then the same thing is going to happen on the issue of this vehicle. This is why the vehicle is not even inserted in our name as we speak. It will be inserted in the name of the National Assembly to make sure that the vehicle is protected.
That shows that your dime is not going there, it's owned by the National Assembly.
No, let me tell you, I agree with you for the meantime.
So
yes.
Because if not, it was going to be shared insurance.
Yeah, it's going to be shared insurance because you are contributing. If you give me the insurance by my name. No, wait. If you give me the insurance in my name, what we are trying to avoid, we understand. People are saying we are not contributing, but that allowance, whether I put it in a vehicle, I do not put it in a vehicle, it has to go to my money, to my account. Because it is already approved.
It's their money.
It's my money.
It's their money.
Because it's already approved as a car allowance. Whether I buy a car, I did not buy a car, it is already approved.
Because you go to work every day.
Yes, and I go to work every day.
Their money.
This is what is developed. This is what we developed to have this scheme. And the issue of saying, it like Ghana, you see, you have to understand the situation. How in Ghana here, our budget is in forecast. It's what finance got. They come and then partition it. We might not get that that amount of money to give each National Assembly member. If you make a choice, today, I don't mean that you make a choice. Hey, what do you want? It is to take the 2 million. I would take the 2.5 million and then go and then buy a car. That can serve me for 5 years. The rest I share it with my constituency, or I do some development. That's what you need. But the situation, you have to look at our economic balance.
No, excuse me.
But one important thing that he hasn't mentioned is how is the car purchased? You understand? I mean,
you see the way the car is purchased. No, you can. The way the car is purchased. No, excuse me. No, let me just.
But that is key to say how that car was procured, Buba. It's very, very important.
Okay, I just want to make a clarification. The way the car is purchased, you see, this in every institution, there is a finance control. This thing, us as politicians, we are not involved in this thing because administratively, it should be operated by the office of the clerk.
Right.
They make it. I know. I can remember a tendering was done. I think Tariq Musa, some people this thing. I can fully remember up to that. But since it is dealing with cash, it is purely administered by the office of the clerk.
So Tariq is the one supplying the car.
No. It's Fatou.
Oh, these cars are from.
Two of them apply.
Honorable, please
okay, anyway, for Contano, and then I will wish to come back here again.
Yeah, because you explain the NBB, NRB Bruha, I'll bring you back.
There is no Bruha. Sombal be konton nambal jela. Komi ko nga fo nu nyame, aliya fo nyame nimu Grand Bantaba, and picking me from the National Assembly. That is the biggest Grand Bantaba to come and speak here on behalf of the Gambian people. And this is what we expect. This is what we expect from you people. I have learned a lot because, as I said, we represent the people. We are accountable to you people. If we are sitting with you, discussing with you matters affecting our country, I believe this is something that we can continue. And then this is a policy. It's just like a law. It can be subjected to review. And because now people have, we have listened to the opinion of the people. It could be. There could be an amendment. It is just something that is developed to facilitate the movement of National Assembly members. If we feel, okay, after you exit, you can't go with a vehicle, all those things in the near future. Because when you apply a policy, the moment you apply it, you will see some negative aspect of it and positive aspect of it. So on that note, I thank all of you.
Thank you.
And then actually expecting to come back here again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Abarka ba honorable nga tentu ka je ba je mo be Kerr Fatou jibe kan no ngani sutale no bi honorable ngatele suro no jambi honorable Samba Jallow mi alon katlem the National Assembly member for Nyamina Danfungu constituency nga tentu ka je ba nga sponsor tentu Kerr Finder ati etol ning of Sense Finance ni tentu ke je ba nga technician tentu Siri Charles Fatsila, of course, Ramatullah and Mustafa Ngebe Tibuke Jebake for argument Araba.
The Fund for Regional Stabilization and Development FRSD within fragile regions in ECOWAS member states seeks to strengthen the capacities of the ECOWAS Commission and selected member countries to shape socio-economic stabilization processes in the region. The FRSD program supports the establishment of a funding mechanism, a flexible, efficient and effective tool to prevent and react to socio-economic crises in the ECOWAS sub-region. This includes organizational and capacity development at the level of the ECOWAS Commission. The fund targets people affected by societal crises and their economic consequences in West Africa. The pilot project in the Gambia supports skills development and financial services along the horticulture, poultry and fisheries value chains. FRSD targets 3,000 beneficiaries comprising of youth, women and migrant returnees between 16 to 35 years resident in any of these regions: Greater Banjul area, Lower River region and Upper River region. We provide capacity building training opportunities, inform beneficiaries on financial services, support micro-business startups in the agricultural sector, and offer psychosocial services for returnees. Our focus on value chains makes it possible to look at the big picture of income opportunities for the young generation in the Gambia. We look at the full range of activities needed to create a product or service from its conception to its consumption. Design, production, marketing and distribution on the local as well as regional markets. GIZ is supporting the ECOWAS Commission to implement the Gambia pilot project activities in the Gambia.
Kerr is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With Kerr, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Kerr. With Kerr, you are assured of a secure investment.
Sensei Finance. For all your money transfer needs from UK to the Gambia, we offer services including cash pickups, bank deposits, cash power purchase, and mobile top-up. Pick up at any MSJ branches throughout the country. We are open for business every day, including Sundays. Download our easy-to-use app and enjoy the best rates in the market. Available on all Android and iOS devices.